Sorry about that, guys. Welcome. Hopefully the frame rate's fixed itself. It looks like I'm getting no errors this time. I should probably watch it on my phone just in case. But let us know if that's any better. So we basically had loads of frame drops. You guys were saying it was bad. I don't want a bad stream. You don't want a bad stream, do you? Do you want a bad stream, Elliot? No? Probably not. He's writing some notes down because he's keeping up to date. So let us know if this looks okay. Do I look okay? Is it too fast? We're going to go straight back into the game. It looks a lot better on my phone, which is a good sign.
That's good.
So that looks very nice.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. I've got no big red box saying, please stop.
It
please,
said no.
Please no.
Please make it stop.
So does this look okay? Do we look like we're talking okay? And then we can get straight back into the game. Hopefully that's okay. We'll just go. You know what? We'll just go straight back into it. It'll be fine, I'm sure. So let's go to top-down view.
Yeah, I've got some psychic phase stuff to tell us about.
So we have Matthias with Grey Knights, and we have Thornster with Admech. So Matthias has gone first. He's done his psychic phase. Do you want to tell me about what he's used?
Yeah, so at first he used Empyrean Domination, which is their stratagem. Is it a stratagem? Either way, they have to roll an 8 and they get a command point back.
Okay, so no, it's a psychic power.
Psychic power,
so you use a psychic power to gain a command point every turn.
CP rate regen.
So Grey Knights have a brand new discipline known as a Domination Discipline, which is what they have in their new supplement, essentially.
Okay.
So they have the Tides, because they live on a moon, obviously, Tides. So they can choose which tide they're in, but they also have a bunch of psychic powers they can use, which can affect the tides, and generally they are better than some of the other psychic powers that they can originally take. So we can get those psychic powers up right now, so we can double check what everything does. But what else is he cast, Elliot?
So we started with Empyrean Domination. He did roll an 8 and he got a CP back.
Got that bare CP.
He went in for a few different smites, so they were a collection from the Paladins. I believe Kaldor threw a smite in there as well. They killed 2 of the Vanguard from that middle squad, the light blue squad. There was also Valdus cast Resilience. There is another word in there, but I just know it as Resilience. That's -1 to wound on the Paladins.
Okay.
So big, made them a lot tougher. And then also the Paladins were able to cast Hammer Hand on themselves.
Nice, okay.
So that Paladin unit has been buffed up. Not only are they more difficult to shift now, but they're also going to be able to do more damage. And also he's just trying to clear off some of those Vanguard in the centre.
Wicked.
That was the end of his psychic phase. So Empyrean Domination, he's buffed his Paladins, a couple of smites. And now we've moved on to the shooting phase. I believe Valdus opened that up.
So, do we know what tide the Grey Knights are in currently? So they have the choice of 3. So can Jay tell us? They are in the Inversion.
Tide of Conversion.
Conversion, sorry. So, whilst this tide is dominant, did you know the tide is dominant, Elliot?
The tide is dominant.
Add 1 to the strength and damage characteristics of psi weapons that infantry models are equipped with. Did you know there's 4 psi cannons on the Paladin squad?
Wow.
I know. That's a lot of damage.
That's nasty, isn't it? So that's essentially their version of...
Doctrines.
Yeah, Doctrines, yeah.
So they have 3 tides. They have the Tide of Fury, which is, whilst that is dominant, Nemesis weapon by an infantry model can reroll wound rolls of 1. They have Tide of Convergence, which is a psi weapon one, and they have Tide of Shadows, which is whilst they're in the terrain feature, you can subtract 1 from the hit roll. And also Tide of Escalation, which is essentially adds 1 to the mortal wounds done with smites, which is super cool.
I just want to point out that Jay kicked the camera again, and he didn't own up to it.
So there's no Gate of Infinity. No Gate of Infinity this time.
I'm watching him like a hawk.
We can talk about the powers that he has.
There's a command point being spent. He's going to find out what for.
Are you ready to hear about psychic powers, Elliot, or is there some drama going on?
So I've just heard that there's a command point being used.
Okay.
But feel free to tell us about psychic powers while I get that information. I can write it down.
So the Librarian has Empyrean Domination and Warp Shaping, which is Warp 7, Warp 5 respectively, and he has the Santic Shard. The Brother Captain has Sanctuary, and then the Strike Squads all have Vortex. The Paladin Squad has Hammer Hand. The Ancient has Warp Shaping. The Apothecary has Hammer Hand. The Inceptors and the Purgation Squad both have Astral Aim. Grandmaster Voldus has Imperium Domination, Armoured Resilience, and Edict Emperor.
Armoured Resilience, that was it.
Armoured Resilience, yeah. And then Kaldor Drago has Gate of Infinity and Astral Aim, and then the 3 strike squads all have Gate as well. So they're the main psychic powers. So thank you everyone for tuning in through and making sure, sticking through our technical difficulties. But we have flown to another country. We are in the Czech Republic. We are in Prague, which is the heart of Europe, which is the centre of it all.
It is.
It's very cool. It's a very cool place. So we've had to fly all of our gear here, and then set up last night, and then set up this morning. So thank you for working.
It was relatively painless, though, really, wasn't it?
It was okay. Yeah. It was good. Yeah.
So I've just found out that he's chipping away at the Scorpius at the moment. Is it the Scorpius? Are it the Scorpius? The transport versions?
No, it's the other one. The Scorpius
floaty boat. It is, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they're all
apologies.
floaty boats, but the floaty boats are open or has gone.
It's the transport version, so he's just been moving the dice next to the one just below objective number 4, so I assume it's that one that's taking
this
wounds.
one, yeah, so he's shooting this one, that's his wound counter there. If you can get a wound count check on that floaty boat, which is being shot from Jay.
It's got 3 wounds left.
3 wounds, is that it? Wow. Those side weapons really putting in the damage.
Did you call it Czechoslovakia?
No, I call it the Czech Republic.
That's it now. Twitch taking us down.
Only 30 years out of date. Maybe I did. It's a Czech Republic. Well,
right,
this is
so
game
the Inceptors are using Psi ammunition, and they're going to try and finish off that last transport.
Okay, cool. There's a lot of shots coming in though. Matthias has been very, very helpful to himself and having all those dice.
It's cool to watch shooty Grey Knights.
Yeah, it's weird to see Grey Knights doing well in an event.
Well, first turn. Let's.
Well, I mean, they are really strong now, though.
Table 1, game 1.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
They're doing really well, Grey Knights.
Grey Knights are in a really good place at the minute. They got their supplement really changed things.
Yeah.
From being from bottom tier, dead tier, to now like quite a scary force.
No, this is going to be really, really interesting to see it play out.
It looks like, does it explode? It does not explode by the looks of it. Does anyone die? Did anyone die getting out of the transport? I don't think they did.
There goes the chest clock. There's no charges. I believe that is. Oh no, the chest clock's changing, is it? Because he's getting his. Yeah, so it's on his time to get his own model.
So that, for Matthias, we'll call it scoring old school for first strike or big game hunter. So we'll have to work out which one he takes for that.
Yeah, so old school first strike.
There you go. So he's got kill 1, and he's going to go for old school. Perfect.
Boom. Early points on the board then.
There you go, points on the score being updated. Perfect.
Nice. So the Vanguard are going to be... Sorry, the Paladins are going to be charging the Vanguard.
This is why we have Goonhammer in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Obviously, Goonhammer is a super awesome tactics, statistics website, so they can make sure what I'm saying is right. Thank you. I love you.
Don't think he's made the charge on the Paladins. He's going to use that CP. He's made it. He's made the charge. So the Paladins are in now.
Paladins get that first turn charge.
See, that's how to use CP. I always manage to roll worse whenever I use a CP.
Yeah, so
I always manage to I'm going to re-roll this one. Oh, it's another 1.
Yeah, not a 4, an average. So you can actually see, we have the CP on screen. Well, both players are being super clear because we have their CP count here, and we have the turn here. So it's super obvious for you guys at home, but also for us. So their lists are available. I'll repost the link. Just give me a second.
Do I have to try and entertain the stream now?
Yeah, entertain the stream. Tell everybody how cool it is.
I love Warhammer. Did you know Commander Dante, best Space Marine to ever live,
is it?
Is like 1,500 years old.
Oh, thank you. So the list, I've just posted a link in all 3 chats, so I'll make sure there's a command added for that. We are a bit of a man. We're a man down today. We're in another country running the stream with a man down. Well, here we go. Charge going in.
But I think he rolled an 11 for the charge.
He did roll an 11 for the charge.
6 and that 5. I think he's trying to figure out whether he can get.
And the thing is, as well, is because Thorsten's left a big gap, then he can move his units through.
Yeah.
which is not
Especially now that Scorpius is gone. Well, whatever it is, boat.
So here we go. Let's get a side view. It might be a little bit dark. I
It's a very
apologise.
important charge. Look at that.
It might be a little bit dark. Well, there you go. You can see him moving in. We'll make sure this camera's set up for the next game properly. But you can see.
Have a little play around in the meantime.
Yeah. So the Paladins coming in, being able to tag multiple units here, Elliot, which is crucial. Absolutely crucial.
So the Paladins in the middle, these are the champions, you were saying? Champions? What are they?
Champions. Paladins are that good, but they're not
Inceptors,
champions.
right, okay.
Interceptors, yes. There you go. So you got unit of interceptors there.
Interceptors. What are these silly Grey Knight units?
Interceptors here and Paladins there. We're having a few teething issues with the info coming through the table, I think. That's all.
Can you do different colours? Show me different colours.
What colour would you like?
Do the interceptors in pink.
So the interceptors. Yeah?
I think he's just removed the... rather than rolling out.
Pardon?
He's just removed his Vanguard instead of rolling it out. I think that's just so. Yeah.
There we go. There we go, we're back. Technical issues, obviously. First stream of
Paladins
the
are
day.
the bodyguards of Grandmasters.
Thank you, Matthew.
So, getting all these dice.
There you go. So the one unit of Vanguard just got completely removed. They didn't even bother rolling for it. And now they're actually going to attack with the Paladins, I believe.
Yeah.
I know that's the Interceptors moving again.
This is, I mean, I'm quite inexperienced with Grey Knights, but this seems to be going really well.
I mean, he's killing that screen well. I mean, getting rid of one of the transports is good. If he can get close and start tagging these other tanks in pink. So these are the juicy ones. These and these.
There is Doom Crawlers with the neutron lasers, right?
Yeah, they are. So they're the juicy ones. They're not going to do much to the Paladins, but hopefully what you can do, I think what he's trying to do is use the Interceptors to tag and then wrap. So what he's going to do is try and wrap these Vanguard, so then they are in combat, can't leave combat, so he can't get shot in return.
Right, okay.
If that goes off with the Paladins in combat as well, Matthias is in a really good place. Really, really good place.
I'd just like to say as well, how cool are those objective markers?
They are super cool. So these are game match objective markers. They make their own custom objective markers, and these are in the Czech Republic's colours, not Czechoslovakian.
Not Czechoslovakian.
Maybe said that. I apologise. I don't remember.
Yeah, so it's all roaring behind us at the moment.
Yeah,
Lots
so
of players. Lots of really
88
nice
players
armies around us as
battling
well.
out. Yeah, lots of cool people.
We've
Really
got
cool.
Necrons behind us versus some Chaos, with some Blood Angels.
Blood Angels. Blood Angels.
And the quality of the painting seems to be really, really good across the tournament as well.
I apologise that this side camera is so dark. Welcome, Geeks Wargaming. How's it going? So it looks like that's the end of the turn. So Matthias has got Kill One, Hold One, Big Game Hunter, and Big Game Hunter and Old School. Sorry, so that's 4 points. And we're going to go to Thornton's turn 1.
If people are wondering what these little blue and pink tags are, that is actually the psychic powers for each unit, that the Grey Knight player has done. Obviously, because that's such a big thing if you're not a Grey Knight player, trying to remember what threat is coming from a different unit because of what psychic powers they have. So this player, it's Matthias, isn't it? Who's got the Grey Knights. Yeah. And he's psychic powers.
Yeah,
like
the most considerate Grey Knight player ever.
Exactly. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it's a nicer experience.
Yeah. Is the Greater Good Psychic Awakening book in use at this event? I don't think it is, because that only came out a week ago.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Geeks Wargame. Really, really appreciate it. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying it at home. Like, obviously, we're going through some teething issues, but hopefully, the next 10, 20 minutes will all be sorted. We'll all be good.
Yep.
So we should be okay. We'll get there. But thank you very much, everyone, for bearing with us. Elliot looks fantastic, says Hellstorm Dan. Maybe you've got a fan at home, Hellstorm, in the form of Hellstorm Dan. Who's
Hellstorm Dan. Who's that?
Mr. X, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans, Dan.
Yeah. Massive thank you to Mathhammer and for sponsoring the stream. The super cool app that you can use to work out if units are going to do the damage that you want them to do or not before a game. So the stream is so nice. I love 40k. Well, guess what, Mr. X? I love you.
Such a nice comment.
Pixie, how's it going? We do have Jay. Jay is being our table boss currently, and he's also going to be a roving reporter later. So he's going to run around the event and basically... I do not look like I have grayscale Dan. He's going to run around the event and give us an update of everything what's happening. So we might trust him to do one of them soon. We'll have to ask him what he feels like.
Maybe.
If he fancies doing a run around. Do you want to do a run around the event? Okay, so Jay, if you want to give me a call, Jay. Let me know. Hey Jay, call me sometime.
I just met you,
and this
is crazy. So go and fill some Warhammer.
Please call me on Discord.
I didn't rhyme, and you stole my thunder.
You guys are cracking commentators. Look after those voices. I have a mountain of paperwork to do this week, so we'll be glued to this. Oh, shit. Amazing, John Swallow. Thank you very much, you absolute legend.
Yeah, so we're just having the movement phase at the moment, obviously, as we can see through that nice green anger blob.
Yes, the anger blob.
So whilst that's going on, I believe we're going to go over to JCam.
Oh, well, before that, Geeks Wargaming just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, dude. Okay, so we have...
A
Jay,
mosaic.
Can you talk to us? Can you say hello? We've got no sound from you, mate. In the next year, I will also go to Prague and I want to meet you. Well, maybe we'll be here next year. It depends how well this weekend goes, because if it goes really badly, we might not be back. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
We're just having a look at the table at the moment. Just the final little bits of movement going on. I'm sure every competitive player out there recognises this dance at the moment with the tape measure. You're just finalising your movement and you don't want to put yourself in any threat range or anything. That looks a lot better.
That looks a lot better, Jay. Can you say hello to us? Can we hear you at home?
I'm trying to say hello. Can you hear me?
It looks like this.
Can you hear me?
Nothing? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Never mind. Well, Jay, why don't you run around with just the camera and we'll talk to the stream? Okay, never mind. No roving reporter. Sad roving. It didn't work. Okay.
That's okay. We know what the people really want.
They want to listen to us anyway. They don't listen to that Bristol accent, do they? Terrible.
Listen to us. Listen to me is what they want. I'm going to tell them all about the Warhammer, right? Grey Knights.
Yes.
Best faction in the world.
Best boys.
You know why? Because they have grey in their name and people still want to play them. Thank you, Wooderspoon Wargaming. Lovely of you to check in. Hope you have a great day. All we want are thick Drakari witches. We all do want the thick Drakari witches, to be fair.
We want Mohawks and Johnny Bravo, one of these. Who's Johnny Bravo?
I don't know.
Is that me or Elliot? Confurioso,
Confurioso.
Babe, how are you? The thing is with Admech, it's such a like, they've got to be so careful with everything. They've got such light units and they've got such good shooting, but like light paper armor,
It can fall apart.
Yeah, exactly. So they have to be quite careful with where they're moving to. Pace 88, thank you very much for the follow. Who's winking the Warhams? I think Elliot's winking the Warhams.
I'm winking the Warhams.
Sketch Raw, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you like to wink at the Warhammer?
I love winking at Warhammers.
Jay, I'm going to give you a call. I'm going to call you separately. Life is storming. Thank you for the follow. I'm just having a technical issue with Jay now. Jay's just gone. He's just left us on his own to deal with the problems.
Like Icarus, we flew so close to the roving
Life
camp.
is torment. Thank you very much for the follow. And
There's actually ruined the stream. Yeah, so apologies, we got limited information from the table at the moment, but we will catch you up as soon as we can. Just working through some technical issues, which always happens.
Again, we just got a few teething issues. You guys are like the beta testers of the Hellstorm Wargaming Prague stream.
Obviously, we did the LGT.
Yeah, when we have the full alpha, the final product, you'll get a
Alpha
discount.
and Omega setup.
You'll get the discount code for supporting us early on. Pistol Grip UK, Pistol Grip Punk 1, thank you very much for follow. Yeah, so we're just going into the AdMech shooting phase now. If you could find out what unit's shooting which, if we can find out which unit's shooting, Jay will come and run over to the table and tell us. Oh, you will.
So, obviously we are in the Czech Republic. Big shout out to GameMat.eu for getting us out here and streaming this lovely event. The venue that we have behind us is absolutely lovely, so it's almost like a big, I don't want to say town hall, but it's almost like a lecture theatre or sort of auditorium. Really, really, really nice room. Big stage at the front, which is being used. There's some prizes on there, and a lot of the TOs are based up there. There's a few different systems over on the other side of the room. There is Age of Sigmar being streamed by a different stream team. Fortunately, I didn't catch their channel name. I should be sure to do that at some point. As you can see, we're just going through our first turn at the moment. AdMech. They're just wrapping up their shooting phase. We are going to have a breakdown of that afterwards. We're just trying to get our table boss, which is Jay, back on his mic. Any predictions based on the competition? I mean, Sun Tzu did once famously say, just run iron hands and it'll all be okay. Didn't mean to rhyme that, but it's happened anyway. Last year I was like, I will definitely make sure to go to Prague Open next year. So of course I immediately forgot all about it. Yeah, I mean, that always happens to the best of us. At least you had the intention. So, just there. You just see now more shooting. This is what AdMech do the best. Just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. Doing so. Obviously, AdMech have pushed up the board in their deployment. Not deployment, sorry. Their movement phase. Morning, Dan Brooke. How are we? Hopefully all is well. interesting how different the table looks compared to the Admech player and the Grey Knight player. I've just heard Forsten with the Grey... No, it is Matthias with the Grey Knights has just said that Forsten is rolling hot. So, has he done some big damage? Any Drakari in the tournament? I imagine there will be somewhere, I'm not too familiar. Do you know if there's any Drakari in the tournament? Yeah. There are, they've not disappeared yet. They've been a staple through 8th edition. I think they're less favourites than they are now just because of the way that things are, but still a good faction. Big shout out to everybody at home that's watching us. I've just had a shout from family who said that they're watching, so thank you to them. Still in the shooting phase, Admech. No surprises there. In terms of what I'd like to see win, I think it'd be really nice to see Necrons. I always like the underdog factions, Blood Angels, anything like that. Of course, though, let's be realistic. Blood Angels probably aren't going to win a GT, not unless they're souped with something else. We're going to see what Forster can do. What Forsten can do with this turn now, because it was a nice opening turn from Matthias with his 4 points. So Forsten has to reply big here in order to not just let the Grey Knights run away. Grey Knights obviously playing quite aggressively, trying to push up that board, trying to put Forsten on the back foot. Obviously, if you can make him change his game plan from the first turn, that's really works in his advantage. Do some big charges in that first turn as well. So Matthias is sitting well, but from his comments on the table. Oh, so I've just heard that the Electro Priests have obliterated the flying units. They're called Interceptors, I believe, the flying unit boys. Yeah, the 2++ Electro Priest time, exactly. So he's going to be able to get that off now. They're going to have an insane invulnerable save, and we'll just be able to... I don't know what he'll do with those Electro Priests now. I don't know whether he'll find a way to pile them into the Paladins to try and slow them down. Yeah, so just confirmed he has used the stratagem to put them up to a 2++. So they've got a silly invuln save now. Hashtag not my Omnissiah. Big shout of exasperation from the table. As Matthias realises that they do now have a +2.
Right, I'm back, everyone. I'm so sorry we'd had sound issues, but now we can hear. We're working again. Boom.
We are back.
We're back. We're back, everyone. We had crashes. We had a few issues, but I think we're back in action.
Didn't he just smite them to death?
I mean, he could.
He could do. I mean, I was completely flagging on that point, I'll be honest. So any tactical decisions that I've sort of put forward, take them with a massive
sorry. As I said, we are in
salt.
another country right now, streaming an event. We don't have all of the gear, and we've had a few issues this morning, but I think we're back in action once again.
It's the first time we've properly done this sort of, we've sent like almost like an expeditionary force.
Yes. So with the Electro Priest having a 2++ when it's on an objective, that's great. That's great. 2+ invuln. Storm Bolters, 2 up. However, the problem is smite, and 2 damage smite at that.
Yeah.
If he changes the tie, which he can do with the psychic power, with these many different Dominus psychers, he can basically just smite them all day on a 4+ rather than a 5+, and he can do that as many times as he likes because they don't suffer the smite's reducing effect. So with most armies, if you cast smite more than once, then it gets harder to cast at each time. However, with Grey Knights and Thousand Suns, obviously it just goes off all the time. Are those 4 models? Are those 4 models behind the Paladin's characters near the bottom objective, Jay? I believe they are. Are there 4 models behind the Paladins on the objective characters?
Yeah,
they are. So if we can find out which one's which, I think that's right.
So there's Drago, Valdus, the Banner, and one of the captains.
Yeah.
In there.
They do have a 5++, obviously a 5+ damage prevention roll, should they need it.
Obviously, as I'm sure everybody can tell now, but just for the sake of saying it, we are moving on to Battle Round 2. I believe the mechanicals that have been used is to re-roll, because he has to say this at the start of the Battle Round, doesn't he?
So Matthias
re-roll ones to hit on the shooting phase. Brilliant.
So that's the canticles.
Yeah, canticles of the Omnissiah.
So Matthias has Kill 1, Hold On, Kill More with Big Game Hunter and Old School for 5 points, whereas Thorsten has Kill 1, Hold On, and Butcher's Bill. So let's move the scores on.
So Thorsten managed to reply. You know, he kind of consolidated his position well. Whether he's done enough to avoid a Paladin in.
The Paladin in.
Getting a good Paladin. That's a peddling.
That's a walking into a Grey Knight armory like that's a Paladin.
Fantastic. That needs to be a t-shirt. Hashtag that's a Paladin. I can't even say it. That's a Paladin.
Amazing.
Love it.
Absolutely.
No, I don't think you've forgiven. Yet. Yeah, kick the camera a few more times.
You kick that camera again. We'll be having words.
Objective 5 while having all of his characters in the bottom corner of the L, so they're free to smite and not get rinsed on the return. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw a question about smites. So how many smites has he got available? Well, he's got double battalion, so that's 6 units of strike squads that can all smite. He has the paladins, he has an ancient, he has an apothecary, he has 4 HQs. So that's a hell of a lot of smites if he needs it. But I don't think that's just his game plan. Yeah, as you pointed out, if we can draw on the screen again, I say because of the technical issues, it's kind of gone again. This tank sat on objective 5. These paladins are all fully close, Elliot. So quick charge, pile in, consolidate. That's a cuddling.
That's a cuddling. Those electro priests now have a 2+ invulnerable save though.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet paladins are really good at killing stuff like Terminators and Space Marines, but
2+ invuln, they might struggle. Get lucky.
Yep.
That electro police is just jazz hands in and just being like, can't touch me, can't touch me. That's the thing, it's like, they do have those, he's got a lot in Deep Strike, which he can put anywhere he likes, so he can basically put them 9 away from those electro priests and just smite the crap out of them, bolter them, they will die eventually.
Yep.
It's going to be tough though, it is going to be tough.
Vortex of Doom.
Vortex of Doom! That is a big mortal wound bomb, which you can drop in. So 3 strike squads have that, as well as the character, I believe. Here we go, the first Deep Strike. So this is the end of the movement phase.
Drop in the
Purgation squad.
Yeah.
Purgation squad. Yeah. Not a popular unit before, I don't believe. But now they are.
They're going to use... I've just heard some words that I don't understand, Mikey. Astral aim target.
So astral aim is a psychic power, Elliot.
Right, okay.
It's a great one. So with astral aim, you rather than aiming with your sights of your gun, you aim with your mind, which also lets you shoot through walls without line of sight.
Use the force. Use the force, Luke. But Ben!
Exactly, yeah. So you can basically deep strike wherever and then just shoot through walls as easy as.
Nice.
Just because you want to.
Yeah.
So literally, Luke used the force.
All these rules just make Grey Knights just sound so OP.
He's getting his 9-inch stick out. Quick, blur the camera! Blur the camera! It's time. Let's see if we can get a nice side view.
It's time.
Deep strike.
Are they not? Yeah, they could. They look a little close to that tank. I'm not sure on the angle.
There you go. So he's just deep striking on that second level. Obviously, this is GameMat's event, GameMat.eu. This is the GameMat Steel City terrain. Steel City, like Sheffield. Oh. So it comes. You basically build it, but it comes painted like this. So this is a standard setup all weekend. Even when they were bad, Grey Knights felt like they had a ton going on, and now they've got even more stuff and they're good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. It's funny that Games Workshop have realised if you take a book and give it rules, and then give it more rules for free, an army gets better. It's very bizarre. Here we go. So we have another, is it a strike squad deep striking in? 9 away from the tank.
Okay, so that, if we have a look, well, obviously Falston's got recon.
Yeah.
So that looks like Matthias is just trying to stop recon from being taken next week. Yeah. He's trying to inhibit Falston's scoring potential early on in the game.
Exactly.
Because Matthias is already ahead, isn't he? So as long as he can kind of keep Falston on the back foot, hopefully he can do enough to stay ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, he also has the termite drill in reserve, the big toughness 8 drill boy, which will be full of the infiltrators, was it? I believe it was infiltrators.
We think the Vanguard are in there. There's an orange ring on it.
Okay, cool. My apologies. So the infiltrators are naturally deep shot for me.
We all love the drill.
Everyone loves a drilling.
That's a drilling.
That's a drilling.
One of those types of drills.
Amazing. So I think that's the end of the deep strike phase. It's like psychic powers are going off. So what psychic powers got on there?
Astral aim.
Astral aim. Use the force. Purgation squad. Use the force.
Use the force.
Did he perils?
Oh, he's miscast and took 2 mortal wounds.
Oh.
That's it. Best psychers in the universe.
Who is that?
Ahriman somewhere. Sat. He just got a notification on his phone. Ha. Just sat there looking at his crystal ball. Ha. Grey Knight.
Grey Knight Terminator is checked into the warp.
Yeah. He just came up at the bottom of his screen. Do you know, like, Grey Knight Terminator killed by the Guardians.
Current objective, survive.
Yeah.
So did we get
Vortex of Doom?
Vortex of Doom? Of Doom. So who's that going on?
The unit is too far back, so we can't use it.
Okay.
Equidistant.
So you can't use it on those.
So we can't use it on the
If it's equidistant, it'll be able to
One
choose.
mortal wound on the priests.
Okay.
The Manipulas has taken a wound as well.
Nice. So Vortex of Doom is you use a it essentially makes a unit explode in mortal wounds, essentially. So you have a little area, it just explodes. A couple more with D3 mortal wounds here and there. It's quite good. It's warp charge 8. It's a really strong power.
So just 2 mortal wounds altogether with that.
Yeah, hits the nearest model in 18 and then hits 3 inches
Baldus
from
has
that.
just failed the cast as well. Matthias is not having the turn that
He did
needs
tag
to
his
stay
closest
ahead.
priest. So we saw Vortex of Doom. Let me get my drawing up.
That was the Armoured Resilience, so Valdus was trying to get Armoured Resilience off again on the Paladins to give them the -1 to wound.
Yeah, so Vortex essentially went off here, so 3 inches from here. So it didn't hit much, but it did hit the Electro Priest and the Manipulus here.
So a CP has been spent for Benevolence of the Omnissiah. Cool. So the Scorpius that's on Objective 5 now is a 5+ feel no pain against mortal wounds. So Matthias kind of a mixed turn so far in my opinion.
Yeah. currently.
Not got everything off that he needs to.
No, he did perils, obviously, which is always a shame, but it does happen. You have to take this.
Also failed on the paladin, so really not having the psychic phase that he needs.
Which psychic power? Sorry. Hammer hand. Okay, that's not good. But this is.
Yes, he's got a power.
He's finally cast a power.
Gate of Infinity's happened.
Here we go. Who's using Gate of Infinity? Who's gating?
Who's gating? Okay.
And he can't deny.
The paladins are gating.
Of course. Yeah.
Off to the warp we go, brothers.
Paladins have checked into the warp and then checked straight back out again.
They're all in spectator mode. So he's just moving them back.
So it looks like he's moving them just further away from those electro priests because he didn't want to have to be stuck in combat with them.
Not a bad shout.
And also, now he's protecting his characters
that's
from the drill.
Jay's just been telling me, so he's going to pull back because obviously those characters that he's got there are monsters in combat anyway.
Yeah.
So he'll just pull everything back onto objective 6. Wow. So mortal wound is saved using that stratagem.
Wow.
Scorpius on objective 5. Hashtag not my Omnissiah.
So yeah, because he's got a unit, he's got units deep striking here.
Yep.
He's got units here. He's got a unit up here. Now he's got quite big 9-inch safe zone from the drill. Maybe the drill can come in around here. Obviously 9 inches away from these guys. Let's pretend that's 9. He's got a section that he can come in here. Obviously he's going to have to come over here, and then he's blocked this section off, so that extends that range even up here now. So basically the drill gets to play over here, or in this corner out of the way where he can just have it.
Yeah.
Basically. Oh, there again, I just noticed there's another unit there, so
Can't go there either.
So over here.
Get rid of that red on the screen, it's horrible. How much there was?
It's because of the pink, I couldn't see the pink. Do you know I'm colourblind, so I couldn't see where the pink marker was, so I can't draw.
Scorpius is down to 11 wounds now. I think it's really interesting that the Grey Knight player, full of psychic ferocity and maybe a bit all over the place, has his dice and his side of the table is pretty busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Admech player, all about data, all about science. It's clean.
Well, we saw earlier during the frame rate, the frame rate sinning that we had. Frame gate, yeah. The Matthias had all his dice lined up.
Yeah,
like this.
That's gone out the window now.
I think he's just got so excited during his first turn because he's doing he had a really good heavy hitting turn. But it's just completely gone out the window, and that's it. It's just nicer everywhere. It's like the warp is like throwing itself in, like going, stop playing around with it. It's just having a great time. So, new Twitch, who tis? Hello, Viking. How you doing? That's the thing, the post-it notes was a great idea, but it's just a smattering of paper on the table now. You boys are kind of low. We're low.
It's a height joke.
I'm above sea level.
So there's just a few more Vanguard gone that we're in that terrain. So
basically, Matthias is focusing on this disintegrator right now, right?
Yeah.
On objective 5. Which means all these other tanks will have to move on to it as well.
I'm going to open up on that as well, so...
Okay. So obviously he's got the side cannons in there.
Yep. Is
he still in the same tide, Jay?
I didn't get told that we moved on from Tide of Convergence.
Thank you, Innis. I appreciate the nice moment comment. Because we were mentioned on the Chapter Tactics podcast. Now when we did the LGT stream, and Pablo, the guy who runs it, said, "Oh yeah, I watched the LGT stream. Hellstorm were okay. They had their moments."
Nice moment you had. How very nice. How very kind of them to give us that lovely comment.
Yeah. So I told him his podcast has moments when I met him in Vegas.
What's the podcast called?
Chapter Tactics. It's one of the biggest. Yeah, it's from Frontline Gaming. I've never heard of it. What's that rubbish?
That's not a part of them. It's more just me not knowing my business. time.
So there you go. The Scorpius is integrated. He's
Tower's
gone.
Doesn't explode.
There's no boom.
Scorpius disintegrator has gone. It
It
has
disintegrates.
disintegrated.
Oh! High five, Elliot.
Oh, what did we go for?
Oh, you drew on my hand. He did it, no.
It's on. I'm a safe boy.
I just hope Iron Hands aren't winning this tourney. Well, Pixie, I'm afraid to say there is a hell of a lot of Iron Hands at this event. Hell of a lot.
Kill one.
Yeah. So Matthias has got kill one and another big game hunter for killing another tank. Someone's just come over and stolen one of our chairs that we're using for the stream.
How dare.
Absolute nightmare.
My bag was on that chair.
There's a load of lists. There's 88 lists. I haven't been able to scan them all. But there you go. I've just posted the lists in the chat if you want to check those out. Orcs is the best. Orcs will win. Well, there is one Orc player. So I think if Orcs win their first game, we'll get Orcs on next. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds like a good deal. We all the boys. Nothing but ones and twos. Oh, more ones. To be fair to Matthias, he's taking this really well. I don't think I've seen him frown.
He looks like he's having the best time of his life. They're both laughing, which is amazing.
Both just proper laughing.
So it's a shame we don't have another camera just for the players. But they do look like they're both having a great time, which is the main thing. That's the most important thing of the day.
Mike Morrell, thank you for your question. I believe this is the last tournament that he's using.
So yeah, so this is using ITC 2019.
Yeah.
So the reason being is because list submission was 3 weeks ago, and they only released the ITC pack last Friday, which is it wasn't Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day. They released it on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was a night before an event I was running as well. We had a very diplomatic vote where I made everyone run to one side of the room if they wanted the new pack, and then run to the other side if they wanted the old pack.
So the Purgation Squad have opened up on the floaty boat.
Yeah.
Floaty boat face. 2 damage has gone through to that. I believe that's a transport, isn't it? It looks open topped. It's the one, sorry, no, just above the table.
Let me get my pen.
Couldn't get my words out then.
This one, that is a transport as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So he has 2 transports left, Transport 1, Transport 2, and then he has Scorpius 1 and Scorpius 2. They are the main threats of the army because they can indirect fire, and they're like strength 6 and multiple damage.
So the Vanguard just passed morale because it is the end of the turn.
Okay, there we go. So Matthias is going to rack some points.
There is a World Eaters list here. I was talking to that guy before.
I'm not sure if there's any word bearers. There is 1 Orc, there's like 2 Necrons, there's a hell of a lot of Space Marines, sadly. Absolutely jumping on that bandwagon. So Matthias scoring 3 points there, kill 1, hold 1, and big game hunter in the turn, taking to a total of 8 points. So we're going into Thorsten's turn. No worries, Mike. Again, if you wanted to see the new ITC, I'm afraid this is the old pack, as we just mentioned. But after this event, I think that's it. We're actually streaming in Newcastle next week for the North East Open, which is using the new ITC pack. So that'll be from Saturday and Sunday, but we'll be posting all the details about that later.
So just heard that the priest were going to get out of that top transport, but there was a quick bit of measuring and not getting out now.
Okay, because obviously they are marked for death, right?
Yes.
So they are prime, juicy points.
Especially without that invul. So you need to kind of hide them until they can mop something up. Get a really quick kill.
Thanks, SNDC. Obviously, SNDC from SN Battle Report, so make sure you go check those guys out. Absolute legends.
Still a strike squad.
DC flying the flag of re-rolling morale for playing word bearers like a boss.
I might say. Let's go. Good luck, fellas, and all players. Thank you very much. I'm not going to tell any of the players, though.
Yeah. Elliot, can you go around to every single player and tell them all good luck?
We'll stand up in the middle of the next round.
Good luck!
Good luck, everyone!
Let's just have a quick second view. So there you go. You can see what Thorsten has left. He's got. Let's get the mouse up. We've got the transport. We've got another transport. 2 Scorpius. We got the Manipulus here. Some priests, big bulldog priest, and then we got the Dreamcrawler, and Dreamcrawler. And I believe that's an engine seer there.
There's 1 or 2 Vanguard.
Yeah, so 1 Vanguard here, 1 there. As I said, that's the Manipulus, and then we've got another character here, which I believe is the Tech Priest Dominus.
Yeah, so you got that right. The Tech Priest Dominus is the one at the back.
Yeah. The Manipulus at the front.
It is still tied
to get that reroll hits in combat. So
just as a
I'll be watching next weekend then, doing a GT in the south end of March. So it'll be good to see how many new missions play. Yeah, wicked, man. Okay, so this is like the final shebang for the ITC 2019 season.
Ended on a good tournament. It seems to be running really, really well so far.
Yeah. Matoush, obviously the owner of Game Mat, runs this event. He's doing a great job. Really looked after us, so massive thank you.
Yep.
So obviously Game Mat are sponsoring the stream. We also have Math Hammer, so if you're on Twitch, if you put !Math Hammer, we have links to those. Super cool app. You might have heard of it. You can basically do some calculations, work out the averages and the percentage chances of what different units can do against other types of units. It's really cool. So we're also trying to get a super cool camera. I know I'm shilling on you now, but there we go. So we're also trying to get a super cool camera so we can do better live stream coverage. So if you're !GoFundMe, we are running a GoFundMe to try and save up because it's a really expensive camera, but it's super duper cool. You know, do you want a Heart Eyes Whoosh camera?
Vanguard have just advanced, got a good advance roll.
Thanks, mate. Take us back to the game.
I'm trying to have like multiple conversations. Got Jay in one ear, you in one ear, and then the game.
Having a great time.
And obviously now we've got that
Dominus
floaty boat
on a
boy
Manipulus.
Just stood on the.
Yep. That's the thing, he's having to use the tanks to hold the objectives because his armor's light, but the Grey Knights with that extra damage on the side weapons is just rinsing through them.
Yeah.
Absolutely rinsing through them. But we do have the drill. That is going to be really good for holding an objective. So toughness 8, which is going to be tough.
Now the priests are getting out.
Okay. So they're going to move and they're going to try and go for a cheap charge on this unit over here, this strike squad. Yeah, I'm not hopeful for Tyranids getting a win in the first game, but you never know. What if we get Orcs versus Tyranids? That would be a great game.
Yeah.
We'll try and get that if we can. So there you go, the priest's coming out. I said a fairly low charge to get to these guys. Maybe they can get a cheap wrap on there, but it will be tough there because basically if Matthias plays it well, this will be the last guy to die. But if he kills 1 or 2, he might be able to wrap this one. We'll see. We'll see. Now the tank boy is going to go. Here he goes. Brum brum. So I said at the end of this, maybe he'll drop in the drill. If we can get a quick update from Jay from what exactly is in Deep Strike for the Admech, is it just the drill? Or is there multiple stuff in Deep Strike?
So there's still quite a lot of units and transports on the board, but also we do have the drill, which is the 10-man Vanguard squad in there, the orange squad. We've also got a squad of 10 infiltrators.
Infiltrators, okay. So they're really, really cool. They're on like 40mm bases. That's quite a big blob to come in, but I mean it's quite a large unit which has quite a punch. So I think Deep Strike is they're starting final movements for the Doom Crawlers. They can start shooting some paladins maybe. I mean, if he does get a wound through, at least it's a dead paladin, but it's getting a wound through. So it's 2s to wound, 5 plus in-run, 3 damage each at minimum.
So just checking the aura ranges for the Dominus. So the Dominus has just stayed where it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
So obviously that Manipulus is
no
going off.
deep striking going on.
Okay.
Moving straight onto the shooting phase.
I'd say that's a brave move.
Yep. It's a brave move, card, and let's see if it plays out.
But then again, he is screening him out fairly well, so... Obviously we have the Manipulus here, who's going off with the Electro Priests.
Last Vanguard is shooting at the Paladins.
Where is this event, and is it a closed event? So it is...
Oh, that Vanguard has wounded a Paladin. What a boy.
This event is in Prague, which is in the Czech Republic. Czech Republic.
You just had Jay in the background going, one man, alone, abandoned by the Omnissiah he loves. As this Vanguard's just running across the pitch.
Oh, is that him here? Is that this guy?
Yeah, shoots his radium carbine into the Paladin squad.
Look at him
001100, he said angrily.
Does it actually move? That's really bad of me. That's terrible. You can kind of see him just doing a little jog. There he is. One man, one ranger. He's going to snipe one of those paladins in the head. I'm sure of it. I'm definitely sure of it. So indirect fire is going into the strike squad. But yeah, so this event is a Prague Open Wargaming event. It's a game mats event in Prague, which is in the Czech Republic, which is part of the European continent. That's right.
Also part of the European Union.
It's also part of the European Union.
Unlike
some.
Into the geopolitical situation.
But I don't know what you mean if it's a closed event. I'm not sure what.
No damage. No, it's an open. It's not an invitational.
It's an open, yeah.
It's an open event. Yeah.
It's the Prague Open.
Yeah. Just get a ticket. You can come.
Off you come. Yeah.
No wounds on the Purgation squad so far, I don't believe.
It goes to Patreon. Okay, I'll get that fixed.
The strike squad. What's shooting the strike squad, Jay?
Shut up, Darth Story. All right. I definitely didn't say that. Past me said that 30 years ago.
Anyway, I think there's. So he's put +2 to hit on the Scorpius, and he's firing indirect fire into the Purgation, or was it the Strike Squad? Into the Purgation Squad.
Into the Purgation Squad. And that's the unit in this L shape, right? My voice just went already. The Purgation Squad, which is here, I believe. Sadly, we don't have a camera for that other L, so.
The cannons have got 6 shots. Freeze when the ones all have hit. All but 1 wound, minus 1/2 damage.
Ooh, there we go.
Damn, Daniel.
That's 2 dead. It was those guys in there, thankfully.
Oh, he's killed it. Oh, he's killed the unit with his
T.O.,
dice.
please, he moved a model of his opponents. Matthias is shaking his head. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe you've just done that.
2 wounds.
And Thoughts is like,
saves.
well, it's all
Makes
game
2
mode.
saves.
There you go, makes 2 saves. We are seeing Thorsten get boxed in. The problem is he's not going to be able to score recon again, by the looks of it.
So that's another one gone.
So I think his plan now is to kill all of the screening units, the strike marines and stuff like that in the Purgation squad, which is stopping him deep strike, and then deep strike everywhere, turn 3.
Get the infiltrators in, they'll cause a mess somewhere.
Yeah. Use his drill effectively, that'd be really good with the melter guns. But as I said, but yeah, neutron laser coming in. One save. Oh, I made the 5.
Oh, he's
No.
neutron laser's gone. Just watched it be deleted.
Disintegrate, indeed. So again, kill the screens, deep strike turn 2, try and start getting some recons then.
Yeah, neutral nodes are just going through the screen now.
I'm very surprised.
Some good rolls being made. Some evil laughing going on.
I'm curious to how many points the unit of paladins would give up for gangbusters. Oh.
2 hits, 1 wound.
From Neutron.
He's going to CP.
Save.
It's a 1.
Save.
It's a 1. Oh, he doesn't make the save.
That was the final one gone. So yeah, Goonhammer, that's what I'm thinking. I'm surprised that Thorsten hasn't gone for gangbusters. I mean, he's got to kill those paladins to win the game.
So priests are charging them. Sort of.
I'm pretty sure it's
Overwatch on them priests. He's alive.
There we go.
Needs a 6 on the charge. It's a 7. The priests are in.
Oh no, it's game over. Maybe they're not game over, but it might be game over. So yeah, it is a big fat unit of 10 paladins, so we could have maxed out gangbusters by killing that unit.
Yep.
But he's not taking gangbusters at all. He took Butcher's Bill instead.
Yeah, they're really hard to kill.
Yeah. And he has a bunch of characters. He has strike squads, that's fine. He has a bunch of characters.
The other squads away, but the Paladin squad is the one that he's focusing on. His game plan is focused
It's
around
killing the Paladin.
Paladins.
So what he could have done is taken gangbusters as a secondary to get 4 points for doing that. Not while kind of not really doing anything but killing the Paladins. Because that's going to... That unit is going to get him half of Butcher's Bill if he killed it and kill one, that's it. Whereas if he took gangbusters, he'd get 4 points of gangbusters and kill one. That's 5 points compared to 2. So why isn't he taking gangbusters? So, interesting. Maybe he thought, I'm not going to be able to kill them all, but I mean, if you're going to shoot them, you're going to get points for it. So...
just trying to move through the terrain there, just to try and tag that purgation squad through the building.
Yeah, so that what we can see is he's charged the strike squad here with the Electro Priests, but then he's going to try and wrap this unit. That's what's going to happen. He's going to come through the wall and wrap this one, so they can't get shot. Or maybe not. I'm not really sure what. He's like not putting many models there to be wrapped. So go attacks go into strike squad. Maybe he needs to definitely kill the strike squad to get the invuln and then wrap. There you go, mortal wounds. That's the entire unit. Oh, all but one.
Yeah, 4 mortal wounds flat out.
Wow. Interesting. He's failed to kill a unit then. Which means those Electro Priests won't have the invuln.
So we can't actually get into combat because of the mortal wounds.
Does he do mortal wounds on the charge? Yeah.
So he's consolidating into that.
Jay, do they do more? They don't do mortal wounds on the charge, do they? Or do they?
Jay's just checking for us on the table now.
6 is to wound, do defeat. Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's basically failed to kill them. So. Got you guys on in store. Amazing, Jake. Amazing. Matthew says wrapping doesn't work so well with Grey Knights as they're able to gate out. Yes, but that does mean he's using a gate to get out of combat rather than using a gate to move around the board for another unit, such as the Paladins. Thank you very much, everyone who shared the stream on Facebook, see Goonhammer and stuff like that. Thank you very much, dude. Really, really appreciate it.
Electro Priest, man. It's really interesting to see them being used.
Yeah.
I've not seen them be used in competitive setting. I know that they are, but...
As I said, so once the Electro Priest, when the Electro Priest kill a unit in combat, they power up, they absorb, I don't know, the armor.
No, they take the life. It's the
life force.
Because like we have capacitance in our bodies, they take sort of like the electricity,
okay,
the nerves and stuff.
Yeah.
Of them, I believe.
And they turn that into a 3++ invuln save.
Harness it, yeah. And then you spend the CP to give them 2++.
When they're holding an objective, right? However,
no one got kill more, no one got hold more.
Marte123, thank you very much for the follow. The only issue is you have to kill a unit, and what we've seen is one dude left from that unit of 5.
Yep.
Which means they haven't killed the unit, which means they don't have the invuln. I believe that's correct. I'm just going to get the book up now. Did one squad of priests did get back in the boat? Yeah. And the other one is out of the board right now. Yeah, so one squad got back into a boat, and I believe it's in this one, because we had this boat which moved from over here. So the Electro Priest got out and moved that way and then charged, and then this boat moved up here.
Oh, so I believe the other ones are in that L-shaped building, aren't they?
The Electro Priest, I think they're in the boat, or they're in the L-shape. Jay will update us. Where's the other Electro Priests?
In the boat.
They're in the boat?
Oh, they're in the boat.
Yeah, they're in the boat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not your daddy! Thank you very much for the follow. Had a lot of Y's on it, so...
Hellstorm Dan's asked, Elliot, would you call someone with grayscale? I thought the correct answer was our Lord and Saviour, Mikey Herbert.
Waz says, shared on our Leeds group, Sanctum Imperialis, and we will see you guys in Newcastle next week. And thank you very much, Waz. Really, really appreciate it. You absolute legend. Thank you everyone for sharing the stream. Really, really appreciate it. It's really cool to be able to come to a place like this and stream events and bring the live action to you, which is super cool. So thank you everyone for your kind support, your kind words, your patience during our technical issues during the start of the game. So yeah, thank you very much. So that is that the end of the battle round, Jay? Are we going into turn 3 now?
So moving on to battle round turn 3. Forsten's going to struggle now to pick up the Butcher's Bill.
Which one, sorry?
Forsten's going to struggle now.
Yeah.
To get Butcher's Bill.
I think so as well. And recon as well. He's got 4 turns left, so he's got to score recon in every turn.
Yeah.
So let's move the scores on. There you go. So 8-5 going into turn 3. It's going to be interesting to see how he uses his Paladin Bomb now. A lot of people are saying that the Paladin Bomb is not enough anymore. You actually need 2 Paladin Bombs. One for the middle and one to play. One to just hold the Bacentra and just bully everybody, and then one to gate around the board and deal with everything else. So only having one is good, but I mean, he's had a really strong showing for the first 2 turns. Obviously, Thorsten sat epically. He's concentrating a lot right now, thinking about his next game plan, like where can I deep strike the drill, where can I put the infiltrators.
Yeah, all the smiles and the laughing of the first 2 turns.
They are smiling, don't get me wrong.
They're still enjoying themselves.
But you can see there's a smiling while he's communicating, and then he's just going into, I think he's connecting to the cloud to update his hard drive to find out the next game plan. But yeah, so they're both kind of chill. It is only game 1, so there you go. Camelot says, morning folks, good to see the kit made it across in one piece. Yes, it did make it in one piece, thankfully. It didn't look good. My case went missing because they said it was going to come on the normal conveyor, then they just left it at the back door.
Yeah, it was a bit random.
Yeah, but we found it, which is good. So I took all the important stuff on the flight with me, but then the beast of the hard case went in the hold, which had all the stands in and stuff. So it does mean that we can cover events in any country so far. we can at least do in Europe. So if you've got an event you want us to cover, then do let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
I will answer my emails on Tuesday. But yeah, what I can see the Paladin bomb getting gated.
Yeah.
To move over to this section where the Doom Crawlers are. So you've got the Paladin bomb. But then again, I was going to say, I was thinking he could gate over here and start doing some shooting over there. But then I forgot about the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger, Elliot. The Lone Ranger blocking off a deep strike on this side of the board. Do you remember the Lone Ranger?
I do.
So actually he's stopping a gate over here. so if he did gate, it'd have to be like at one side of the board, which is not what he wants to do. You can come stream the Goonhammer open. Alright man, I have seen your submission. I need to message you about that.
Something Jayhawk.
It looks like we're going to be going
paint models.
Psychic Phase. Looks like he's just used a CP as well. Morning Ranger Beard, how's it going? Sorry about that, small technical issue. There was someone trying to plug their own stream on my stream, so I had to give him a telling off. It was Jay Middlecoat from Mohawk Miniatures at twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. He was like, please plug my channel. And I was like, Jay, I'm not going to plug your channel. That's twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. AW11 Clown, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome.
Used to reroll gate on the Purgation squad and they've gated. He left the Paladins at a really nice place where they could
they kind of got
charge
a good
the priest if they don't get gate, which obviously they're not going to now because the Purgation squad have used it.
So obviously he's got the priest here that he can charge into, but he also has really good line of sight to most of the board right now. We do have misleading plugs here. I need to fix that. I'll have to fix that at lunch. There's been no MDFA taken. It was MD and F.
Shoot and move. Is that the shoot and move power from the new book? I'm not familiar.
Oh, so there's a power. I'll tell you what it's called. We'll find it.
Tell us what it's called.
Let me find it. I'll tell you all about it, Elliot. It's a great power. Obviously, as soon as I've closed my phone, it's lost the page. Brilliant.
A CP as well. To give himself +1 to hit. Shooting the tank with the Paladins.
So it's Edict Imperiator. So it's war charge value 7. Select a unit within 12 of the cycle. That unit can shoot as if it was your shooting phase and then make a move as if it was your movement phase. That unit cannot shoot or charge this turn.
It explodes.
Boom.
I think he's re-rolled it.
No Hellstorm dice because I had very limited weight limits.
Yeah, he spent a CP to re-roll the explosion.
Yeah. And also in a tournament, some people like to use their own dice.
Bio-warfare going on.
Nichols Rock.
Stream 10. Paladins are still going.
Someone actually using the Mechanicus Landships pod. Yes, there was 6. There's now only 3. One of them has exploded. But we saw Matthias do a solid turn 1 and 2, which is really good. He absolutely dominated the battlefield with the first turn, gating, buffing the paladins, getting a first turn charge off, which is really strong. And now he's playing really defensively because he's in the lead and he just needs to hold that lead. So.
Oh, the brave toaster is gone.
Oh,
That's
no!
it, he's gone.
No, F in the chat for the Lone Ranger.
For the lone Vanguard.
The Lone Vanguard, sorry.
Rubbish.
Vanguard Ranger. F in the chat for the Lone Vanguard. The Omnissiah forgot about him, but we did not. We did not.
Vortex goes off on 10. Tech Priest Dominus. Okay, the engine's on.
It's okay, it can be recycled, says Goonhammer Road.
So it's the guy just behind the hill. Excuse me. It's okay, he can be recycled. He can. He can be recycled. Just find another criminal.
Another toaster.
Yeah. Stick a load of servos in the back of his head.
Stick a brain in it. He'll be alright.
So, that strike squad are now shooting their storm bottles into the remaining electro priests.
Okay.
After just using vortex on
Sure.
the engines.
Looks like he's going to lose a few. There we go. 2 more electro priests killed.
With that feel no pain roll, he's left a
Left one alive.
proper clutch feel no pain to make sure that electro priest is still there.
Yeah.
Interesting turn this.
It is, yeah. This is very interesting turn. This is like we can rebuild him. We have the technology. The Lone Ranger, Lone Vanguard Ranger. Honestly. So more Storm Bolters coming in. Do we know where this is shooting?
So the Purgation Squad.
Purgation Squad. Why are they shooting me?
They're shooting the squad. The tank.
The tank. Okay. The transport.
The transport.
Probably to deal with those other electro priests. Get them out of the hidey hole.
Astral sight thing again, I believe.
Using the force. Did you mean?
They're using the force.
Yeah. The correct term is use the force.
The storm bottles are shot at the priest. 1 wound. Oh, he's made a feel no pain. He's staying.
Oh.
That priest is staying.
Oh. Kill the tanks exactly in that maze. But there's one. Where is it? Where we go? There's one electro priest left here.
Middle transport, the one that's down on objective, I believe that was 4 before, is down to 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
I've
There
not
we
been
go.
corrected, so 5 wounds.
So we use blue. There we go. We use blue. I'm gonna go blue now.
Tech Priest hasn't managed to get a charge off. Overwatch.
Correct. The correct term, supposedly, for shooting through walls, is curving
Failed
the
their
bullet.
charge against the Tech Priest.
Ah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So supposedly the correct term for astral aim is curving bullets, like in Wanted. Yeah, I'm going to shoot my bullet over here and it's going to go that way. Wow, the moderator was the first one that spoke my name right.
On that priest has literally just been passed.
Wow, so just past morale. So Mike says, for those of us in the UK debating to go to EU events, do you think there will be much of a language barrier in many games? Well, I believe the thing is with an EU event is usually they have a little note in there that says like English is the language of the event because it's the most spoken language. So usually you'd probably be okay, especially if there's a note like that. The EU events that I've actually been to, bar this one, is the Amsterdam Alliance Open.
Yep.
No issue with language.
We've both been 2 years, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think out of the sort of 10, 12 players I've played, 2 of them didn't speak fluent English.
Yeah.
But spoke enough English to get by on the table, were friendly. Enough English to say, do you want a drink? I'm going buying a coffee. Do you want me to get you a coffee? Like friendly, sort of conversational English. Everybody pretty much knows.
Yeah.
I think you'd be very, very hard pressed to come to a tournament and not be able to find somebody who spoke at least a little bit of English just to get by.
So that was Amsterdam. The Gibraltar GT that I've been to as well, that was no issue with language barrier.
Yep.
I mean, English is one of their first languages there as well. So obviously people travel to that, but still, you know, when you say that the language is English, it's English. So here, we've not seen it much so far. Everyone's been really cool. Everyone's been fairly fluent. So yeah, it's been really good. I mean, if you both got a good understanding of the game anyway.
The drill is here.
The what?
The drill is here. It's
Oh, God.
just measuring to see where the drill could be. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
Oh God, no.
No,
God, the drill. Please,
The
no.
drill is here. I've had some really, really positive experiences of playing in the EU.
Yeah.
Almost like I've found that playing in the EU has been better than playing in the UK. It's controversial. I've had more awkward and difficult games with players from the UK than I have with any player in Europe.
That's because players in the UK are tryhards.
In fact, my one
Myself included.
my one bad game I've had from the EU. Am I remembering this right? This was 2 years ago. It was a British player. And it wasn't a bad game, but it was just a bit like
One-sided.
one of those games where you don't really enjoy it and you're just kind of waiting for it to finish.
How many baby carriers? I don't think there's any baby carriers carrying Nanashi.
So you can't actually fit the drill into the corner to get recon.
Is the drill being placed where it is now? Is that its final location?
So they've measured it out. He's now going to do the rest of his movement phase, and then they're going to have another little play.
Okay, so the drill's
at the end of the
just hanging about. It's just hanging about. It's not actually there.
So obviously we're at that turn in the round now. We start seeing some people packing their armies up and walking around.
Game over. We all like.
Be interested. At some point, we'll try and get some results through for you.
Yeah. To be fair, we are 2 hours into the round, so
Yeah.
there's only an hour left. Well, 55 minutes left.
No baby carries in this list. So this is becoming about how we can get recon, I believe.
Yeah, as we said, so he took recon. There's 6 turns in the game. He's already had 2. That's 4 turns left. So he's got to have a unit in every quarter of the board for the rest of the game now to max that out.
It's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. I said that first 2 turns of the Grey Knights absolutely dominating the field. I think it was a mistake keeping everything back in the last turn, because I think he could have hammered one side, whereas light screening units, and just like dominated one side and just like put everything there, shot, charged, done anything he can just to put a dent in it.
That priest is going to advance.
Oh. Recon seems like a really bad pick.
About it.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not quite moved it.
I mean, taking gangbusters might have maybe felt hopeless, but because he's got to kill the paladins, but he's having to kill them anyway because they are such a big threat. But yeah, recon, bad idea. Against a unit that can teleport anywhere on the board, not a good choice.
I'm not going to be able to get recon this round, I don't think. That was the information. Sorry, Jay, can you just repeat that? Okay, so he's moved the priest away because he realised that Valdus could intervene.
Ah,
So
okay.
he's not going to be able to get recon off this round.
No, exactly.
He was kind of written that off for himself, I guess, and focus on his other
Makes sense.
secondaries.
So, as I said, we are just in turn 3. The final few movements with these tanks.
Sorry, we're not the tournament organiser, we're streaming.
I'll tell you something, streaming events is interesting because everyone seems to think, because you're a guy in front of lights and computers, that they are drawn to you like moths in the dark with tournament scores.
Someone bringing his tournament score up to
I should have just read it and be like, very good, sir, and then just giving it him back. I need a little sign that just says we're not TOs. I'm not a moth. I'm a big fat spider waiting for stream to pop up. Does the Grey Knight player have anything in Deep Strike left? I don't think so.
I don't think the Grey Knight player does, but we're just looking where we can put the infiltrators on the website.
It is turn 3, so I imagine if he had anything left, he probably would have brought it on last turn.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's dead now.
People don't normally tend to get to this level of play.
I know he's not made a mistake. He's not accidentally left anything in Deep Strike, has he, Jay? I very much doubt he has.
We've had 2 strike squads, a purgation squad, the paladins.
What events have you got on the books to stream so far? So currently we have the Prague Open Wargaming event, which is today and tomorrow. We also have the Newcastle, or the Northeast Open in Newcastle. That's next weekend, so that's Saturday and Sunday, the 29th of February and the 1st of March. And then we are also streaming the Gibraltar Grand Tournament in April, which is, I believe, is the 22nd, 23rd. I'll double check. 25th and 26th, I apologise. 24th, 25th, 26th, that's the days we're streaming in April. That's the Gibraltar GT run by SN Battle Reports. But if you have any events that you would like us to stream, hopefully we can sort you out. If you go onto the website, there's a submission form that you can register for. But obviously we can't thank our sponsor enough to help make this stream possible. We obviously have GameMat who have flown us out here to stream their event, the Prague Open, run by Matoush, who runs both this event and GameMat.eu.
Yep.
We also have Mathhammer, !Mathhammer. They help sponsor the stream, help us cover our costs. So thank you very much to them to sponsor it. If you type !Mathhammer, that'll bring up a link to both the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, which you can download their app. It's really cool. You can do all the statistics and the averages and do all, essentially, math out the dice rolls as you would in your head, but you can do it properly in real averages, so which is always good. See the average damage.
I don't play them anyway, Camelot, so this I love streaming.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
What we do.
What streaming so many, you actually playing this any this year? I am playing a few, yeah, but much less.
I really, really enjoy commentating because you just get to watch a game in depth, and you're thinking about it so much because you're commentating. It's almost like you're playing the game, because you're predicting what they're going to do next when they do it next.
Your brain definitely feels like you played a game.
Yeah, you comment on it, you criticise it if necessary, and
yeah,
it's
and also,
at the end of this day, we will feel like we've played 3 games of it.
Maybe 6. But also we get to talk to you awesome dudes at home, which is really fun as well. So we can bring the action to you. We get to get your ideas, mainly your army rules corrections. That we always love that because I'm terrible at remembering rules. But it's really fun to bring the action to you as well. I actually enjoy that more than playing in events. The best thing about Warhammer 40k events is the social, and this is 9 hours of social, so I love it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Obviously,
Jay's just saying that he thinks that he might have deep struck them too close. He personally would have put them back a bit.
They put them too close.
Yeah.
Interesting. We obviously have Matt Hammer sponsoring the stream. We also have Jay from Mohawk Miniatures helping us out with the stream today. He's the table boss. He'll be joining us later. He'll be probably jumping on as a commentator. So make sure you check out twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. You are an awesome.
Much
Camelot.
better than my one before, which was just Jay like paint.
Jay like paint. He does like he like paint Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays.
So reroll ones to hit cancel is in effect.
Where's Mohawk? I want to see him. He's working. He's working his arm.
So obviously he's had to spend 2 CP to have that canticle change in the middle of the round. But
Yeah.
that's what he's done.
So which canticle has he gone for?
The +1 to reroll ones to hit the shooting things.
Reroll ones to hit. Cool.
So the drill came up and just absolutely melted that one guy.
Goodbye, sailor.
Hashtag not my omnisci, yeah, just blew him away.
Melt a gun, eat face.
Is the drill the same model that the Krieg have? Is it Krieg that have a drill as well?
Departed, thank you very much for follow. I don't know if it's the ones that the Krieg.
Drill, don't they?
I'm not sure if it's the same ones the Krieg have. It's definitely the same one that the Space Marines have and the Chaos Space Marines have.
Shots from the Scorpius, the backfire into the Purgation Squad, sorry, just while
Okay.
keeping everybody up to
Yeah,
date.
sure. I will talk rubbish all day, but Elliot's bringing the crude info.
What's that, sorry?
I said I'll talk rubbish all day, but you bring in the crude and crucial.
Exactly,
info.
I've got set over my notepad, one earphone in, listening to Jay. There are some Imperial Fists this week.
There are some Imperial Faces. There's a lot of Iron Hands. We'll post a list in the chat.
So 4.
What could be changed to make live competitive 40k streams more
Two more
watchable?
boys
Like
from the squad at the top there.
beginners like myself, I've had it rough to watch. The problem is when you're watching competitive Warhammer, we're at the peak of Warhammer, so it's hard to make that totally easy to understand for beginners. But if you've got any questions, I do post them in the chat. I'll try and answer.
I guess it's like when you're trying to watch something like American football,
Yeah,
and then trying
I've
to
got no
break
idea.
it down for someone that has no idea about American football. You're
Yeah.
trying to talk about like why that one guy's running that one route, and
Yeah.
it becomes vastly complicated.
So we've got 2 armies on a board. They have
Yep.
2,000 points, which is essentially a points limit. So it's kind of like a budget. You have 2,000 Czech crowns to buy an army, and a Grandmaster or a Kaldor Drago might cost 150 crowns, but the Lone Ranger probably costs about 15 crowns, which is actually not a lot in terms of actual currency. And then you have 2 armies facing out. This is the ITC pack. So basically what you've got to do, there's 4 objectives on the board, as you can see. It is obviously Nexus Control, which is one of the missions in the ITC pack. We have 4 objectives. There, and there. The whole point of the game is...
Butcher's Bill's just been scored, sorry, just to interject. The Scorpius managed to kill 1 Grey Knight with indirect.
There we go. The whole point of the game is to kill units and hold objectives. Kill units, hold objectives. We have a little score sheet at the side of the screen, which you can probably see, which has kill 1, hold 1, kill more, hold more. So, essentially, kill a unit, get a point. Hold an objective, get a point. If you end up killing more than your opponent, killing more units, so if you killed 5 and he killed 4, you get an extra point. And then at the end of it, after you've both had it... is this game like Quake? If you hold more objectives at the end of both of players' turns, then you get a point as well. And you also have special secondaries, which are the 3 listed below, and they are different depending which armies you're playing. Basically, you come up to the table, you choose 3. So these all have special rules to decide, show you basically how you score points. You can score them up to 4 times. So that's a basic ITC pack rundown.
Yeah.
Can't go through every single secondary, but the point of the ones is we've got Big Game Hunter, which is kill tanks. We've got Mark for Death, and he's chosen 4 units that he has to kill, all of which he's failed to kill so far because they're really tough to kill.
That strike squad's just been killed as well by the Dominus, so he will get kill more.
Yeah, there we go. So Thorsten will get kill more this turn. Thorsten has Butcher's Bill, which is kill 2 units every turn. He has Recon, which is have a unit in every quarter of the board at the end of his turn. So if you split it into quarters across the middle, then you never get a point. You also have Headhunter, which is kill characters. So So if he kills a character, one dude, a commander, a sergeant, etc., you get a point. So hopefully that's helped with basic. This is Warhammer, but as I said, it's competitive Warhammer, so we're at the peak of competitive play.
Ooh, lovely. So the infiltrators are firing at the paladins.
Okay.
He spent his last 2 CP for Wrath of Mars.
Oh.
So any 6s to wound, I believe, is an instant mortal.
More wound. Wow. Okay.
So interesting. He's really trying to shift those paladins now.
It'd be good. It would have been good if he took gangbusters, so he earned points for doing it. But there you go.
But coulda, woulda, shoulda.
So the infiltrators
Yeah,
are
we
here,
learn, don't
and
we?
they're shooting into these paladins here.
Yeah.
Paladins being 3 wound, chunky Grey Knights with force halberds and machine guns and everything. And they're really
There's
tough to
little
kill.
toasters in the
And they have
corners.
polished armor, so they have a really good armor save. So, whereas you have Toaster Boys, which is the Admech, which is robots shooting in.
We're just going to get confirmation of how many mortal wounds that is in a second.
Yeah. It looks like he's done some wounds. At least 3.
There's at least 3.
3 wounds.
There's at least 3 wounds been done, yeah.
Nice, that's
2
one
mortal
paladin
wounds and a
kill.
failed save.
Oh.
Yeah, and there was one guy that was already on 1 wound, so...
So the neutron laser.
Lots of people taking pictures of us today, maybe.
Oh, they.
A bit random.
But they should get us the
Lots of people
pose.
just taking pictures of the setup. I don't think they're taking pictures of us, but more just like the stream.
Tyon 1981, thank you very much for follow. So this neutron laser is actually trying to shoot into this paladin unit. I'm not sure they can see, but we'll find out. Thanks, I know all the basic. Thanks, though. It's just hard to see what's going on the table and follow all the tactical plays and what's killing what and why.
I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not a professional in terms of competitive 40k, and sometimes I struggle as well.
Yeah.
That is just something you learn.
So what we're trying to do is even we don't know what's going on in the players' minds.
Yeah.
We're just trying to work out roughly what they're doing and why, and we're going to try and tell you maybe if that's a good move or a bad move. That's our job, to try and make it easier for you to follow. Because what we could do is what a lot of other people do, is just give 2 microphones to the players, they turn the stream on, we go and have a beer, and then come back when they're done. But we're trying to make it so there's a little bit more interesting stuff going on, and we're going to try and tell you why they're doing things and
Try and
maybe why they
dissect, analyse.
should do other things. So. But I do appreciate it's a very, very confusing game, especially when you're playing ITC in a competitive setting.
ITC just compounds.
Obviously, if
especially when it's a GT and you international one at that, because there's people from all over the world playing.
Yeah. Obviously, if you want to watch some more slow broken down 40k, you can always watch our battle reports, which are pre-recorded, so they're not live. But obviously, we talk about why things do and how you can do things and different stratagems you can use. So if you're interested in checking that out, that'd be great. We are trying to hit 12,000 subscribers this weekend. That'd be really cool. So 12,000 subscribers. We were like 150 away last time I checked. So that'd be really
just
cool.
while you're checking that, is the end of the battle round, so we were able to get kill more, so obviously that takes it to 11-9.
Okay.
Constables at the end of the turn moving on to Shroud's Arm, so that is the cover.
That is a cover save, yeah.
No one's got hold more this game.
No, they both hold 2 each currently.
Yeah. It's been a really good game.
Yeah. So obviously, Matthias holding this objective, and then Thorsten holding this objective, and this objective denies each of them hold more. So there you go. That's how I learned the basic. Amazing, Casper.
I like Casper. Casper can stay.
Where did all the Grey Knights go? Well, there's still a big pile of Grey Knights. I mean, there's the Paladin bomb, or the blob of Grey Knight Paladins is still there with the characters. So
Caldor Drago walking up to those infiltrators. Oi, oi!
Is that Caldor Drago?
Yeah, Caldor
That's
Drago.
Caldor. Having an absolute boy time. What an absolute legend.
The toughest small man ever.
Looks like someone's kicked our side camera. It's a little bit of an angle now.
Might have just fallen at this point.
What's that?
Might have just fallen at this point. We have a lovely break at the end of this round to fix little bits and hopefully maybe have a look at whether we can get a roving camera for the second round. But
yeah, exactly. We'll try.
We will do our very, very best.
I'm in the house now for show, says Don. Quotes punch, welcome, how's it going? I won't know how to pronounce that middle word.
But it looks Aztec to me.
It is probably Aztec, yes. I agree. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We are live at the Prague Open Wargaming event in the heart of Europe, in Czech Republic. We've been streaming for the past 2.5 hours. This is a round 1 of a 5-round event. So there's 5 rounds, 88 players battling out to become the champion of the Prague Open Wargaming event, which is run by GameMat.eu. I like those L-blocking pieces of terrain. I wish more tournaments use them. Well, you can actually buy this. This is a whole table of City of Steel, which is a kit that's made by GameMat. So you can buy this as a set. It's quite a good price. It comes, you build it, and there it is. It's a full table of terrain.
Yep.
We'll be using GameMat terrain and GameMat mats all weekend.
I had some information for us then, but I've completely forgotten what it was.
Oh.
So
It must have been not that interesting. Steve Gregory, I'm not sure what you're asking us there. Who are fine hooked up in the 40k community major Mordian table. Not sure what you're asking us there, buddy. But welcome to the stream.
Can wrap the drill.
It's gonna wrap the drill. Is it gonna wrap the drill and destroy it?
Kill the drill, but it'll also kill the mark for death unit inside it. Big points.
Things just got interesting.
Big problem.
Obviously, he can gate them over to get closer, or he could use the shoot move power and then charge afterwards. I believe you can still charge afterwards. Maybe not. We'll double check. If my phone didn't keep playing up.
Do you have second? Can I stream it?
1 second.
So just a quick correction. Before, there wasn't actually any mortal wounds being done because of the stratagem, so it would have become... So they needed a 6 to wound, but the paladins were -1 to wound, so it technically would have had to roll 7s. Yeah. So the 1 wound that was done to it that killed that paladin was actually just a normal failed save.
Sorry about that. Do you lads ever any attend any tournaments in Scotland? We do, maybe. We haven't attended any yet, but I'm hoping to.
I'd go and do a Scottish tournament. Why not?
Wicked, yeah.
Nice
Supposedly,
people, the Scottish.
the WTC was potentially going to be in Scotland, and I was like, "This is my chance, boys. We'll ride up north on bears and other things. I don't know. What would we ride up north? Into battle?
Or would I ride into battle personally?
Up north, yeah, into Scotland.
Probably BMX.
BMX. You riding BMX, I'll ride a bear. Big brain plays with potential wrap and
Armour
trap.
resilience.
Exactly.
Sorry, has just gone off on the paladins. That was big, so I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, so armoured resilience.
It gives them so
I'll check. Go for it, Elliot. What does armoured resilience do?
it makes them so when people shoot at them, they have -1 to wound.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Well done.
I'm a pro. I'm a pro. Anyone who doubted me,
Yeah. So
Turn off.
the butcher's bill secondary is to kill 2 units in your turn. So kill 2 units in your turn. That's how you get butcher's bill. 2 or more units. So you can't kill 4 and get 2 points. It's just 2 or more. Someone else was showing us our Scott. We should next time just take it and then check it and then give it back. Is the Hellstorm tourney schedule up on your site for the rest of 2020? Keep missing the dates for booking. Currently not for the rest of 2020, but it is for most of 2020. Jan says we could saddle up a haggis.
Saddle up on a haggis.
Yeah, we could do that.
I've had haggis once.
Yeah.
And I remember really enjoying it, but I was a kid, so I've
haggis
not had
is
it
great.
since.
And they're really cute, aren't they? Haggis. The little haggis. Have you seen them? The little haggis. They're like hedgehogs but bigger. And they have little legs at the front. They have little legs at the front and longer legs at the back because they live on mountains. So they can walk up mountains because they have longer legs at the back, right? So then they get to the top of the mountain and eat all the grass. So then in winter they come back down. But because they've got longer legs at the back and at the front, they actually topple over and roll down the mountain. And then at the bottom they actually die. But then that's where you pick up the haggis, the little ball at the end.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That's amazing. And there was me thinking it was a sheep's stomach.
Yeah, it's not. It's a haggis. It's a little hedgehog.
Their priest has gone with a little bit of shooting.
Ah.
So that's a marked for death point.
That is marked for death.
So I think Thorsten has played a good game.
Yeah.
But Matthias is just that in his plans are coming home.
It was definitely on the back foot to begin with. And he's tried to claw it back, but I think with a bad choice of secondaries and maybe not doing enough in his first turn, I think it's just not going well.
I personally think at this point that the Grey Knights have it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Grey Knights have won this game big time. They've got a dominating lead in the points. It's turn 4. So they're already leading the way. The Admech are on the back foot. They've not got the units where they need them. They're just kind of walking into bullets right now. And if they're not walking into bullets, Matthias is using the force and making them walk into the bullets. True story confirmed, says Jan. I'm sure that's about my haggis story. What do you guys make of the new secondaries in the ITC pack? I think the new ITC pack is very good, barring 1 point. Getting rid of season initiative is a bit of a shame. However, we did do a full podcast. I did a podcast with Jay, which is on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. If you want to listen back to that, where we break down the ITC pack, the new pack, and talk about that. Oh, that was a lot of 6s. Not that it made much of a difference.
So the Paladins are shooting, the side weapons are going into that transport.
Yeah.
And the Stormbolters are split-fired. Where are the Stormbolters split-fired, Jay?
That's the thing, is Thorsten has so much in the backfield still. He's still got 2 Dreamcrawlers here. He's got another Dreamcrawler and the buffing characters with the Scorpius there.
So,
however,
the transport has gone.
The transport's gone. However, it's just on the backfield. It's just out the way doing basically nothing. It's killing a couple of units. Okay, cool. That's great. You're playing Warhammer, you've got to kill stuff. But it's not all over the board, which is what he's played for with Recon. So. What other YouTube 40k channels do you watch? Got any shout outs? Well,
I mean, I started off watching Mini Wargaming.
Yeah.
As I think most people did.
Yeah. Obviously, Tabletop Tactics are very good. Morehammer and Winter's SEO are very good. Geeks Wargaming are very good. SM Battle Reports are really good. For ones I know of mainly. So the problem is when you're a 40k content creator, you tend to stop watching 40k content because you're making so much already. So.
Watch a little bit of TT, a little bit of Geeks.
Yeah. So there you go, that's why the transport's gone. So there isn't much left in the middle of the board. Don't forget the guys at D6 Evolution, exactly. D6 Evolution, another one, local to us.
He's took that to 15 now.
Yeah. Kill 1, hold 1, 2 marked for death, 4 big game hunters, and old school. So a big, massive play there. Quite a strong turn. So we'll have to see what Thorsten can come back. I mean, he can maybe get a strong loss. He can't win, I don't think. I think it's probably the game's done.
At this point, but...
It is turn 4. He's not scored a recon yet, which is bad. I mean, he's giving it a good go. He is definitely giving it a good go.
Oh, the drill's just moving. The guys are staying in.
Okay, that's interesting. Shout out to the Long Wall. They have colourful characters and commentary on the hobby too. Yeah, they do. They obviously have Ken Dog, who's a bit of a legend. As I said, I can't shout out every single channel or I'll be here all day. There are literally thousands these days.
No worries, Steve. We love you, dude. Happy listening.
Love you, Steve. There's also Goonhammer, really good. Obviously, they're watching as well.
There's not really any point in him getting those orange Vanguard that are marked for death out of the drill now. In my opinion, because he's just going to give up more points. So we may as well just try and plough that drill through the wall and kill the strike squad.
Good luck, everyone, this weekend from D6 Evolution. There you go. I mean, if they're in the chat, I'll shout out the channel, but I don't know every channel off by heart. I'm just naming some that I know because I talk to them a lot. The Goonhammer are really good. They're kind of not really a channel, but they're a good website. We obviously have Jay from Mohawk Miniatures helping us out this weekend. He does painting. He paints a bit of everything, so it's not just 40k. But you mainly paint 40k. He's going to be painting some Marvel stuff for me soon.
He once painted a bust of Shirley Bassey, if I remember correctly.
Of who?
Dude, his best Goldfinger impression in the background.
I assume you guys are streaming tomorrow as well. Yeah, we're streaming all day today and all day tomorrow. So we have 5 games. This is only game 1. Have Iron Hands won the event the weekend yet? I think Iron Hands have probably already won. Sorry, what was that, Jay? The weekend yet? I think Iron Hands have probably already won. You're welcome, everyone. Imperial Fist will win, says Chapter Master Valrak. Maybe they will, but probably not, because Imperial Fists suck. Even though I did just take them Salvio and we're going 5-1, but... As a beginner, I found Tabletop Titan channel to have the best format for competitive watching. They need the basic down. Yeah. Tabletop Titans are good. Brian Pullen, obviously, a very good player as well. Are there any Dark Angels players? Yes, there are. I'll post a link to the list in the chat. There's the list. I will have a command set that up for the next game, so we don't have to. We can just say look at the list, exclamation point list. But there's 88 players, so even I don't know every player that's turned up or every list. Chapter Master Valrak won a fight 1v1. So he's having to use them Scorpius Disintegrators and Dune Crawlers to hold objectives now. That's when you kind of know the Admech are struggling. When they're having to use their main shooting platforms that want to stand still and shoot to move on to objectives. I mean, it's still going to get points, so fair enough. You need to do it. But I mean, it's kind of not looking good for Thorsten. So. Good to see people representing chaos, exactly, with the Dark Angels. Looks like he's going to try and go for a recon. He could get a recon this turn. So recon is have a unit in every quarter of the board. So if we split the board into quarters, he does have one here. He has this one. What he's done with this Scorpius is move over the halfway line to score it there. So he has one here. He has this here, which is over the halfway line, and then he has this one here. So he actually will be able to get recon this turn as well, which would be really good. That's another point.
Yeah, it's all about Blood Angels. 9th chapter, best chapter. Seeing as we have Chapter Master Valrak in the chat, can we have an exclusive prediction?
Chapter Master Valrak has an amazing 40k channel.
Who is going to be the next Primarch and why? Because you talk about this topic a lot, as has become a bit of a meme in the 40k community.
Do you kind of go through every single Primarch and then just start again? Like, this Primarch's going to come, then this one's going to come, then this one's going to come.
After he's got back down to, what are they call Alpharius and Alpha Omegon, just starts again.
Yeah.
With Lionel Johnson.
I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Now, Don's dead, mate. Got his hand in a glass case.
Vician. I have no idea. I have no idea about anything about that situation. So you're talking to the wrong press team.
Can't be wrong if you say they're all coming. Well, I don't think Sanguinius is coming back.
To be fair.
I'd absolutely love it, but...
Those are some bold, bold words for someone in Plasma Incinerator range. Every Iron Hands army is just dragging his corpse around, which for no good reason gives out 3+ invuln and 4+ feel no pain. Exactly. Reason I say is that because all Dark Angel weapons get range increase from Devastator Doctrine. Exactly, they certainly do. That extra 6 inch makes a big difference.
Wow, that missile sniped 2 paladins, rolled 3 for damage.
Oh, what was that for?
From the Scorpius.
The Scorpius,
yeah.
Wow, okay. So Scorpius just killed 2 paladins. Wowza.
Now the stubbers are firing into them. Another wind and a paladin there.
Goonhammer coming in hot. We're saying, wow, that would be a whole gangbusters point. Yes, it would have been a whole gangbusters point, which would have been a much better choice than Recon. Are you still wearing the shorts? Oh, mate, I need to show them off. Right, just a quick one. Today, I'm wearing Tigers. The strongest shorts in 40k. Got a cool tiger, there he is, having a great time. What do you think, Elliot? Anyway, back to the game. It's because it's party Saturday, so I'm wearing dress down, got tigers on, having a great time.
I keep pushing this table forward with my belly. I'm gonna have to give myself a buffer.
Yesterday I was wearing tropical sunset. Tomorrow it's business grey, just plain grey. So what, do we have an update from Jay? Is he going to tell us exactly what's happening? Going to be left in the dark.
Yeah, so Priest has he made his feel no pain? I can now, yeah. Priest is charged.
Okay. So that was Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yes, a very gracious calf shot. I'll show you my butt shot later if you want. Hashtag please sub.
So the Priest did fail his charge.
Okay.
But the drill is powering through that wall.
Because there's the strike squad behind that wall, right?
Wow.
So because if they're within an inch of the wall, then you can still charge them.
Sorry,
you can just
murdered some
charge straight through them.
Did you say
Hey
Priest?
Crosby, how's it going? Valrak says $20 to remove the shorts. I think I need to be paid more than that to to get both banned on Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
On can. You've got to sit on that can of Semtex energy drink.
On can.
Take your shorts off.
Do you mean on this? On the Semtex?
On the can. Gonna do it on the
energy. Explosive in your heart, probably, maybe. When you feel the explosion, that's when you know your heart is having palpitations. Semtex. But yeah, if I told you I took off the shorts, is that enough? I've taken them off now.
They're off now.
They're off. Yeah.
I got a whiff. So he's got the mortal wounds.
Well, you guys have been around for quite some time. Sub now, sorry for being. You don't have to apologise. Thank you very much for subscribing, Steve. Really, really appreciate it. Where's Jay? Jay is hovering around the table. Does Jay want to say hello to the chat? Would that be suitable? Okay. Hello, Jay. How are you? Where's Jay? Jay is
I don't know what you're
hovering
saying,
around the
so I
table.
hope it's nice.
Does Jay want to say hello to the
Elliot can
chat?
talk to you.
Would that be suitable? Okay. Hello, Jay. How are you? Where's Jay? Jay is
I don't know what
hovering
you're
around
saying,
the
so I
table.
hope it's nice.
Does Jay want to say hello to the
Elliot can
chat?
talk to you.
Would that be suitable? Okay. Hello, Jay. How are you? Where's Jay? Jay is
I don't know what
hovering
you're
around
saying,
the
so I
table.
hope it's nice.
Does Jay want to say hello to
Elliot
the
can
chat?
talk to you.
Would that be
We're all enjoying it, Jay. Thanks for asking.
how are you?
We like Warhammer.
I don't know what you're saying, so I hope it's
I love the Warhams. I'm at home watching the Warhams.
Is that what
We're
you're
all
saying?
enjoying it, Jay.
Probably.
Thanks for asking.
Being a
We
nice
like
guy.
Warhammer.
Okay.
Making sure everyone at home's enjoying
Is
it.
Jay ready
I
to go
love
back
the
to
It was
work?
a bit like a Dora the
I'm at
Explorer
home watching
moment.
the Warhams.
Is that
Where he's
I
like,
can't hear
are
what
you
you're
having
saying,
a
so-
good time? And then you wait for 10 seconds and then you go, me too!
Is Jay ready to go back to
It was
work?
a bit like a
That's
Dora
me.
the
That's
Explorer
me,
moment.
exactly.
Time, and then you wait for 10 seconds and then you go, me too!
Back to the studio. That's been like a life goal of Jay's. He told me last night. He's always wanted to say, let's go back to the studio on camera or on microphone. So there we go. So Jay's been our epic table boss today. Jay from Mohawk Miniatures. You might see him on twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. Yeah, 7NF, the new ITC missions sound so good. They do, but sadly we're using the old one because it was released too late. It's still in beta technically, so it's not actually out properly yet. It's in testing. It has changed. It has changed since it came out already a few times. So, hi guys, thanks for the show the event. Thank you very much, Fib. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. This is round 1 of the Prague Open Wargaming ITC singles event. We have 5 rounds to cover this weekend. We have another 2 games today. So we have 15 minutes left of the round. And then that'll be it. Yeah, this is like the last send-off of 2019. Don says, have fun with the Shoutcast, guys. Got to hit the hay over here in New Jersey. The sun's coming up soon. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. You're an absolute legend. We'll probably still be online when you get up in the morning, so we'll see you then.
See you then.
Love you. Night. Sleep tight.
So 17-12. This is kind of how I was expecting the ground to look at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Especially, well, I don't know. It was a really strong opening turn from Matthias, and then kind of floundered a little bit
It
because
did.
Forsten really knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he did
Forsten
counter it
just
well.
hasn't been able to do enough, has he?
Yeah, it's been able to be played defensive, but he's not been able to do the offense that is needed.
Yeah.
So, what turn is this? This is the bottom of turn 4. So bottom of turn 4. Hey James, how's it going? Can you?
Moving into battle round 5.
Maybe is it not the Grey Knight's turn still? That's not mistaken because
Grey
the
Knight's turn
no,
5.
oh yeah, because the score hasn't been updated. That's all. Apologies. Jay, if you can make sure the score's up to date, just because I get lost otherwise. It is okay. It's my fault then. All my fault. Can we
Shouting
show
at
the other
people.
tables? Sadly not, because we only have enough for one camera. Because we've flown to another country to be able to bring this event to you.
Smiting the electro beast with Drago. Tide of escalation.
There you go. Round 5. So they are up to date scores now. So there we go. So it's turn 5. Top of turn 5 because it's the first half.
4 electro priest dead from 4 smites because of the escalation tide.
Yes, the tide of escalation.
So
So
they get
now
to
smite,
double their mortal wounds.
but it adds 1.
Well, adds 1. Yeah.
Yes. So in this case, it looks like double. But when a Grey Knight smites a demon, they actually do 3 damage rather than 1. But then
Oh,
it
right, okay,
becomes
so they do
4
4,
damage.
right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
He's
now,
now smiting the tank.
but in this game they are doing 2 damage.
Yeah.
Rather than 1. And obviously that goes off on a 4+ because they have +1 to cast. Because they're a Grey Knight, they're epic boys. And also because they're a Grey Knight and they love the war, they don't suffer the degrading smite. So in a normal army, if you cast a smite to 5, the next one will actually be 6 to cast, and then 7. But because you're a Grey Knight, you don't care. It's always a 4+. So on 2d6. So smite spam is really strong again. Right, sadly we're off to the Viking Festival in York for the day. See you guys on the flip side.
Sadly, we are off to the Viking Festival. I'd love to be going to the York Centre.
So would you not love to be talking about
Oh, sorry, no,
Warhammer
I
in
would
another
love to be
country,
doing
Elliot?
Warhammer in
Elliot.
Prague. I do like my Vikings, though.
Love Warhammer. Bringing the Warhams to people's eyeballs all over the
The
world.
Stormbolter from Dragos took 2 wounds off the Scorpions.
Epic. Ding. Bing, bing, bing.
Scorpius is down to what appears to be 6 wounds. The brother captain was able to take another wound off it as well.
The Czech Republic national flag objectives are kind of anticlimactic. British flag objectives also look out of place. This game's set in M40, not M3. However, yes, I agree, but we are in Prague right now, so we are showing the national flag of the Czech Republic.
It is the Prague Open. So
yes. I mean, we do have Hellstorm objectives, but I said Matoush, I was like, look, dude, you got some cool objectives for me? Sort me out. And he was like, boy, I got you.
One thing that is triggering me, though, trigger warning, not all the same orientation.
No, that is annoying me as well.
We'll get that sorted.
We will get that sorted. So we'll set up the objectives next game. We'll make sure they're all right.
They're just to keep everyone up to date. There are 3 Electro Priests in that second L, so the leftmost L, I'm sure.
In there?
Yeah, there we can go. So
again, appreciate it's a little bit dark, but there you go.
It's a little bit as well, so that's another thing that we'll be fixing between the rounds.
So they're the 3 Electro Priests there.
Yeah.
Which is one of his
aim
marks
off, I believe, on the Paladins.
Were the Electro Priests marked for death? Elliot? Were the Electro Priests marked for death?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Is these initiative thing in tournaments? In this event, it is, but not all tournaments.
Paladins killed with Melt Overwatch on the drill. We'll probably want to go back to top down now.
Wowza.
But you can see all these Paladins are pulled over. One of them managed to get in, but one of them was vaporized.
Melted.
I love the idea of the drill positioning itself really quickly to try and snapshot.
Yeah.
Wow, so they took a wound from the drill for charging the drill as well.
Wow, okay. Really good.
So imagine trying to charge a drill with melters. Tired, doing a big show.
I'm trying to pose for a picture. We're live, it is Saturday night! In the new ITC missions of 2020, there is no C's, correct? But this is 2019 pack. We're old school.
We did see a C's attempt, so there wasn't one, but...
Grey Knight's not looking like they have much left, no, but they do have a lot of characters, and they have a lot of Paladins left, and that is the main thing. Obviously,
he's done enough on points as well to put himself in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 5 points in front, but it's going to be tough for Thorsten to catch up now, I think. But we could be mistaken.
He's made a 6. So he got in to the
from the,
Scorpions.
behind the wall.
He swings that thunder hammer, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. It's a big old thunder hammer that hits on 2s.
Brother Captor is going into the priests. 5 wounds. 2
damage.
2 have gone through by the looks of it.
Feeling no pains. That's Electro Priest dead.
Yeah, so 2 priests dead, but there's 1 left now in that unit.
There you go, you can see there's 1 left in that L. Getting punched by one of the Grandmasters.
With 2 paladins in range to hit the drill.
Okay.
6 hits so far.
Looks like a few 4 wounds.
Yeah, it was 4 wounds.
4 saves. Does it explode? It does explode!
The drill explodes!
Okay. It hits the paladins and whatever's in the L. Jay, what's in the bottom L?
Matthias looked over at us two then and just gave us like an office gym look like.
God damn it. Who's in the L?
So they've lost the Paladin, they've lost someone from the Strike Squad.
Okay, so there's a strike squad in the little L in the corner. Cool.
Yep.
Now in my Dario Pizza and watching ITC can't get better. Yes, it can. 800 minutes to glue up after. That sounds great, Nightmares. Amazing.
Wow.
We'll obviously do a full lunch review when we come back for round 2 after the break.
Of course.
We'll let you know how it was. There you go, so Matthias would kill one. Just finishing off his explosions and his disembarks for his Vanguard in there. So what unit has just got out, Jay? If we
Okay,
can
so
just
Matthias has 5 minutes left on the clock. And the Vanguard squad have just got out. There's 10 men in it, and
so
they are
10-man
marked
Vanguard,
to
there we
death.
go. The more I look at these straight cut terrain buildings, the more I appreciate how good GW Sector Imperialis looks. Yes, don't get me wrong, GW terrain is very thematic and it's very cool looking. However, usually it's not very functional, whereas this map terrain is 100% ITC functional and it creates a really balanced game.
Tank doesn't explode, but Voldus does clean that last.
Nice.
What were you saying to me then?
Talking about terrain, because obviously an L shape is not super thematic, but it is more balanced than normal terrain.
Yeah.
It makes it for a more dynamic playstyle rather than I've got Tau, I can see everything on the board because I can see through that window and you're dead. And it's your turn, oh wait, you've got nothing left. Whereas here you have a balanced game where you can hide units, you can work around it and have a more dynamic game, which is better overall for competitive play rather than having a nice looking board that's not very good.
By the way.
Bye, Priest. Not my Omnisire and not yours either.
Not my Omnisire.
But this terrain's really good. It's really cheap as well. So it's made by Game Map, and you can buy it as a full set. This is a full set. One set does a full table. So
yeah. Unfortunately, you do have to throw a little bit out of the window in terms of aesthetic when you're looking for purely competitive Warhammer.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be lovely to have massive thematic boards, but they're not normally very well balanced.
Nope.
It normally ends up in the same way that you have a look at things like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, all these games that have really competitive scenes and esports. The maps aren't normally very interesting. They're normally quite symmetrical and quite standardized.
For a balanced,
for balance, game. Yeah, exactly.
It'd be alright having a really cool ruin in one corner of the board and then like old burnt out ruins everywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just being a very easy like line of sight to everything and just kill it.
Tech extensions are hiding in the drill as well.
The LVO top tables used L original set to Imperial terrain. It can be done, yes, but LVO is a very big event compared to this one.
LVO is a huge 500-man event
It's
in
a
America.
1,000-man event.
Oh, 1,000-man event in America then. So you can imagine the funding is a little bit different. So
yeah. So game out to make it affordable balanced terrain. So
Matthias just did a war cry at the table.
So 5 minutes remaining for the singles event. So there's only 5 minutes left this round.
We've got 15 minutes on the clock. Matthias has about 5. I think Forsten has 10.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. But overall, this terrain isn't the prettiest, but it's also very affordable and very balanced. So whilst, yes, everyone loves GW terrain because it's great, but it's very expensive.
Yeah, so that's the problem you get there, as Goonham has pointed out. That, yeah, the terrain did look better, but quite a lot of it didn't work exactly how the pack said it should.
Because it wasn't completely standard, because they had lots of kind of like the right stuff, but not right at the same time.
And then you have people, and then you start having arguments on the table about how you rule certain parts of terrain.
Yeah, exactly.
With these, yeah, they are a bit more sort of basic in their appearance, but there's no arguments about what these things are. You're told this piece of terrain is a hill,
and it's
this
in
piece
this
of terrain
place.
is a ruin, and it's in its place, yeah.
It has a measurement. Every single terrain piece has a measurement, so... do you think we'll reach a time when GW terrain is also competitive? I bloody hope so. That would be nice.
But they also don't tend to pander too much.
Yeah, they just make cool looking terrain.
So, yeah, exactly. They'll always be more rule of cool than they will be.
Yeah. Obviously,
my
like,
opinion, anyway.
if you've played on this type of board, it's fun. Obviously, Crosby came to our event last week and tried it out. We used the standard terrain set out, so you roll for deployment, then move this terrain that we've got on the screen right now into a deployment type, and it worked really well. So,
Tech Priest running away from Valdus now,
obviously,
after he's just smashed that tank to bits
yeah,
with his hammer.
yeah, exactly.
Probably a pretty good shout, probably what I'd be doing.
Yeah, so it is 20 to 12 now. It's actually 25 past 12, but it's 20 to 12 in the points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is probably going to end up being the final turn. They don't have very much time left on the clock. They both ran the clocks down by the sound of it.
Yeah, so Thorsten will be able to reply to this round with his bits of shooting, but as we said, there are quite a few characters.
Supposed to be seeing some new models from GW this weekend. Any insider predictions? I don't know. I'm not an insider.
Nope, no idea on my part.
Nope. I
It'd be
mean,
really nice to get a new Dante model.
I'd love to know and be able to be like, oh, I don't know, but literally I don't know.
Yeah.
What the Vanguard going to do, Thorsten? What are they going to do?
There's one Strike Marine left in that
Yep.
building.
One in the corner.
Yep.
In this L. So there's one Strike Marine in here. That's a cheap kill.
So he's shooting that Strike Marine now.
Yeah, it's a cheap, easy kill for kill one.
Yep, it's gone. So there we go, there's that.
There's kill one.
So GW terrain is the best, but it's also really expensive in
Yeah.
my opinion for what it is.
If anyone fancies buying 100 tables worth of GW terrain for a tournament and finds the money for that, let me know. Let me know how you do it.
Yeah, after they've managed to avoid prison for whatever they're doing to get hold of that money.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was the engines there that killed the last guy, and now the Vanguard are going to shoot into the Paladins.
Okay. Those Paladins are
One
nearly
hit.
dead, Elliot. Have you noticed? The Paladins are nearly dead. There's 4 left.
Yeah. Slowly
Do you know?
working through
Do you know if Thorsten had taken Gangbusters instead of Headhunter? He'd be on 3 points right now. It would be 15-20.
Yeah,
It'd be 5 points difference. But he didn't take Gangbuster, did he? Why is that?
Maybe he doesn't play very much ITC.
Maybe not.
I know that I've struggled with my secondary choice
Yeah.
when I've come.
But this is the question that we've got to ask.
Tank is firing his neutron laser now.
What if he marked for death some strikes instead of recon and gangbusters instead of headhunter? Yeah, exactly.
A tank, sorry.
Yeah, so he could have marked for death some strike squads, and then, you know, gangbuster the paladins. He'd be on like another 7 or 8 points. It'd almost be like it's a tie, but it's not. I dropped the microphone. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that loud noise. So there's literally less than 60 seconds left on the clock. Less than 60 seconds left.
Neutron laser has one-shotted. Who's it one-shotted? Jay? Oh, the brother captain that was in the L-shaped room, the neutron laser, did 5 damage.
Absolutely obliterated him. So he's the one who killed.
Nice.
They are not using the new beta rules. No, it is the old beta, old rules. So it's 2019 pack. But that is the end of the round. So I think they're going to be finishing this turn. So I think that is a solid win for Matthias at the end of round 1. I believe. We're just going to make sure we get the final score, or close enough final score.
So they're going to play the rest of the battle round out.
Yeah. So we've basically got Thorsten, the rest of Thorsten.
Yeah, so Thorsten's going to finish his turn.
And then that's it.
I don't think he can score 8 points.
I don't think
So
he can
it's a
score.
win.
He'd have to get recon, 3 headhunters, kill, hold, and kill more.
Yeah. So we'll just let him play this round out.
Yeah.
See what he can make the final score. But good game.
Good
from
play, yeah.
Matthias.
Yeah, really good play. There you go. We're just going to get I think Jay's going to update us.
And there's the handshake.
There's a handshake. So it looks like Matthias has won that game. We're just getting an update from Matouche as well.
Both players laughing. Lovely to see that at the end of 3 hours of grueling competitive play.
That was a long 3 hours.
On the stream as well, which don't forget, it adds another level of stress.
Yes,
Like,
loads of lights.
We're used to this now.
You should
but
see how
having
many
all the
lights are on the head
in
right now. Not enough lights, but enough.
Yeah, just enough.
Just enough. Yeah. So we can get a final update from Jay.
So, just getting the final scores now. They're just doing the paperwork.
Okay. So just talking through the final turn. So shall we cut back to our faces so everyone can see how
let's show
pretty we
people our
are?
faces.
And then Jay can come on afterwards and tell us about what he thought as well.
That's my face.
There we go.
There it is.
So
There I am.
thank you very much, guys, for watching that game. That was 3 hours of Grey Knights versus Admech in round 1 of the Prague Open Wargaming event.
Say our first round, still a lot more to come.
There is. So we have. So obviously Matthias has won that game. We're just going to get the final score, but he has definitely won. But that was round 1. We have another 4 rounds over this weekend. So we have 2 rounds today and 2 rounds tomorrow left to go.
Yep.
So the next round is going to be in 1 hour. 1 hour from now. We don't matter what time zone you're in, it's still an hour.
Yep.
So it's 1:30 for us. So that is GMT +1. But yeah, what an epic game. The Paladin just like dominating all over the board. The strike squad's coming in, just doing the smites where they need to. And Thorsten just sadly feeling like he was just on the back foot every turn. Always having to respond but never being able to be the punch, be the counter. It was always just okay, I'm going to try and stop you doing that. I've stopped you doing it. I haven't scored any points doing that.
There was a point where it was 11-9, and we were starting to think if he'd taken gangbusters, this would be a much
If he had
bigger game,
gangbusters,
but
if
the
he
way
had
that
Mark
it seems
there,
to have turned out in the end, I don't think he would have been able to do enough.
The problem is we're taking Headhunter with the Paladins. Is you've got to kill the Paladins before you can kill the characters usually.
Yeah.
And then he's not taking Gangbuster, which has scored him a lot of points. So, yeah. So, are you doing top tables or just a mixed bag? So, today we're doing a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So, we're going around finding some cool looking armies, some nice looking people. Hopefully, not too scary people. That would be terrible. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be doing the top table. So, we're going to go have a break.
Yeah.
I want to say a massive shout out to Game Matt. I want to say a massive shout out to Math Hammer, massive shout out to Jay from Mohawk, who's been doing table boss. We're going to get the final score.
24-17.
24-17 to Matthias.
Wow.
So thank you very much, lads. So they're going to go get lunch. You guys go and get lunch. Thanks very much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Was a nice game.
No worries, bud. So there we go.
Well played.
So we'll see you in an hour. So thank you very much to Math Hammer, obviously. Check out the GoFundMe, !GoFundMe, !Math Hammer.
Yep.
And we'll see you in an hour.
In an hour.
Okay, guys, it is the Blood Raven shooting phase versus the Thousand Suns. Dan,
Yep,
what would you like to shoot first?
Well, I need to kill something, so I'm really thinking. Your characters are there, and I've got some snipers, so I'm thinking I probably should kill them.
Okay.
So I might go. Ahriman's there. Ahriman's got his warlord trait, so do you know what? We'll try and start this one with the eliminators. Actually, hold on. No, we're gonna go with the Grav into the rubrics.
Okay.
Because I've just literally just math hammered it, and
What are you playing at?
I'm playing with this cool app.
What
It's
app?
brilliant. So this math hammer app.
Hey guys, the new Math Hammer app that's brand new to the App Store revolutionizes the way you can work out the effectiveness of different units across the game. There's a bunch of cool features that you can use to represent different units and abilities. It has multiple weapons to see the full damage output of a single unit instantly, full support for rerolls, modifiers, exploding sixes and much more. For instance, Grav that we were about to use, it knew that we needed to reroll wounds and damage rolls, as well as take into account like chapter masters nearby, etc. It has full profile analysis in one click. You can see return of investments. You can compare points values for the attack and defender to work out how effective one unit is killing another and then getting the points value of that. You can quickly input and save attacker and defender profiles and get instant results for your saved profiles as well. I wouldn't promote something on the channel that I don't believe in. I've used this app personally, and that is hands down honest truth. I have used this myself to work out what units I want to take at the next few tournaments I'm going to in the near future. Massive shout out to Mathhammer to coming forward and supporting us. So hopefully you guys can help them in return. Like they let us basically do anything we want, so it was really cool. So thanks for that. You can find the app on the App Store. Search for Mathhammer and make sure you look for the correct logo and get that cool app. So thanks to you guys, and hopefully you enjoy the video.